Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Everything Bears, where we talk about everything Bears. Wow, an exciting time right now to be a Bears fan. We have our first Chicago Bear to grace the cover of Madden. We did a show about it, but let's cover it again after this.
Mic check. Chicago check. Monsters of the Midway check. Every Sunday got the city on fire. Every episode taking Bears fans higher. Talking quarterbacks, linebackers, draft day dreams. Breaking down the game like a championship team. No hot takes, just football facts. Blue and orange faithful got our backs. From Hollis to today, we carry the torch. Welcome to the show. Pull up a chair on the porch. Everything Bears show. Bears, let's go. Everything Bears show. Everybody knows. Everything Bears show. From the lake to the road. Everything Bears show. Chicago, let's go. The Bears never sleep. And neither do we. Everything Bears show.
Everything Bears show is off the chain. He's out of control right now.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Everything Bears Show, your home for Everything Bears. And as Wedge just stated, it's official. It's official. Our quarterback, Chicago Bears, QB1, made the cover of Madden. It's insane. It's insane.
This was a unicorn that I didn't think we'd ever see, man. Like the Cubs winning a World Series, this is ranking up there pretty close to that if you're a Bears fan. We have somebody on the cover. That means we have a quarterback in Chicago that has arrived.
Absolutely. Like, that means so much to the city, to the organization, to Caleb himself, and the hard work Ben Johnson has done. But, you just don't put anybody on the cover, despite what you might hear or read on Twitter. Packers fans are losing their minds. The whole NFC North rivals are losing their minds over this. I can't believe Caleb. Like, yeah, man, Caleb, that's right. The most exciting quarterback in the NFL now. And it's not just Bears fans with the homer opinion, because of course we're going to love Caleb. Of course. But the NFL loves Caleb. They put the Bears on 7-8 primetime games this season, and then he's on the cover of Madden. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. There's a lot of social media creators and content guys, and one in particular that really pissed me off. I'm not going to call him out on this show.
Go ahead.
He's somewhere way off, right? So he'll never probably see us. But he's like, did a whole bit. Oh, is Matthew Stafford going to be on the cover after winning MVP? No, better. Oh, is Myles Garrett going to be on the cover for setting the sack record? No, better. We're going to put Caleb Williams. What? You're putting Caleb Williams, but why? Well, let me tell you why, sir. Okay? Maybe it's because he had all the fourth quarter comebacks. Maybe because he made the Bears one of the most exciting teams to watch. Maybe he single-handedly helped get the Bears into 7 prime time games, including Thanksgiving and Christmas, against division rivals. I don't know. Maybe that's why.
Perhaps.
Just throwing that out there.
Just throwing that out there. Oh, yes. Big Mike. Yes.
Josh Jacobs on GTA 6. Has that been confirmed?
He'll be in there somewhere, cutscene or something.
Beating up a hooker. Yeah.
But yes, Caleb Williams. And if you don't want the deluxe edition, you can get the Jumpman edition, which, man, both pictures are so good.
Yeah. That Jumpman over the Chicago skyline is absolutely sick. And I don't know if we'd get dinged if we tried to bring it up, but man.
No, you can show it.
Okay, those are absolutely crazy here. So, as why don't you take it away? I will pull up a post.
Yes.
Shoot, I think I shared them on our Facebook, so they'll be pretty handy for us here.
AC Adam, good evening.
So
happy Caleb on the cover of Madden Day. Welcome. Welcome, one and all. Everybody find your seats. Today's going to be a good show. Learn, I saw you in here. Don't go anywhere, Learn. You need to stick around because your arch rival, your nemesis, Chris Burr, says that he will be in the building tonight. And Wedge and I have something to unveil to you guys. So Learn, please stick around. And if you have to leave, let us know because I'll run it for you so you can see it before you go. It's very important you stick around. Learn. I see you. I see you cooking dinner right now. Trying to be slick. Have the phone down on the counter listening to the show. We appreciate it.
Here's the jump man for Caleb Williams over the city of Chicago, the skyline. And then our boy Iceman action. So
just inject it into my veins.
Please. Yes. I will take that all day. So
am I the only one? Big Mike says, am I the only one who needs an overpriced PS5? I think Wedge might be your guy.
Yeah. Let me know, man. I mean, listen, in my world, they're expensive now too. So go out and get them. You know, as a public service announcement, if you have not heard, all these next-gen consoles are going up in price. About $100 come September 1st. So if you need one, go get it now.
Wow.
Or
okay.
Visit one of your purveyors of used items. So,
absolutely, purveyors of used items. Oh man, but just okay. So much to cover. You guys are coming in. Find your seats. Have a seat. Stick around. We got a lot to cover when it comes to this Madden business.
Yes.
Lots of things. Okay. Don't forget, about a month ago, Wedge and I did a whole show where we covered all of the Maddens and covered the athletes that graced their covers and what happened to them, what didn't happen to them, injuries or maybe lack of production. But there was a good amount that they kind of really weren't affected by it, which I am, what's the word? I'm going to stand by what I said a month ago. Caleb is the curse breaker. He comes into town. He breaks the all-time passing record in a season for a quarterback. He didn't hit the 4,000, but he got more than Eric Kramer, period. So he breaks that. The kid's excelling. Everybody loves this kid. He's the most exciting quarterback in the NFL right now. And he's ours. He's a bear. So he's broken that stigma. This Madden Curse, not worried about it. The kid's going to be a curse breaker when it comes to Madden 2.
So Noah's a daily Madden gamer. So real quick, for you daily gamers out there, are you guys going out and going to drop the extra scratch for the hard copy?
Ooh.
Are you guys looking to purchase both versions to have both covers and have that as like sports memorabilia for yourself? What are your guys' plans? Kind of curious. You know, lately I've been more of a guy who buys digital games. This one, I plan on going out and getting at least one hard copy, if not two. My ultimate dream would be able to meet Caleb to have him sign the cover, and that would be one of my most prized sports memorabilia items that I would have owned. It would overtake my signed Dick Butkus football. So,
yeah, I mean, really, right? Because this is the new hotness. Caleb is the new. We are entering the new era of Bears football now. It's like it's happening. It's kind of like step by step. We saw the young kid blossom last season and just blossom into this exciting quarterback that we're all like, is this is happening with us? The Bears right now? Yeah. We're winning because of quarterback play. What? the kid makes the cover of Madden. It's the first time ever we've ever had an athlete
Yes.
on an actual official release of Madden. And it's the quarterback. It's not like the running back or a linebacker. It's the quarterback. It's just absolutely amazing. Bears fans out there, or Madden fans out there, let me ask. You guys heard what his overall is?
Mm.
Do you like it? Don't you like it? What do you think? Is that a fair overall rating he got, or is it they gypped him?
Yeah, in case you guys haven't known it, or if some of you guys have heard, his official rating is out. So if you haven't heard, first of all, I would love to hear what you guys think that he should be rated at going into it. If you have seen his rating, keep it out of the chat for a little bit. Let some of these guys who haven't heard it or seen it put their guesses in, because I'm kind of curious. Before the official rating came out, before I heard it, I thought he was going to be around the low 90s. So that was my guess beforehand. As you remember what your initial guess was?
I do, yeah. Should I say it?
Yeah. What did you think he was rated at before you heard it?
I thought he would be around like a 92 or 93, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you're thinking, oh man, he's a cover athlete. Like he's got to be in the mid 90s at least. You're not going to stick an 85 on the cover, right? But okay, we got some guesses coming in. I like it.
I don't
Howard
think
Hall,
any of
thank
us.
you for joining us, sir. You say 89.
Mm-hmm.
AC Adam, 91. Big Mike says, I'm going with 93. These are all very good guesses.
I don't think any of us were naive enough to say that Caleb was going to be a 99, even though he was the cover athlete.
No. Right.
Not all cover athletes were 99s. They're usually pretty good, but yeah.
And they usually make a big deal about it. So when somebody makes the 99 club, it's a big ass thing. And so they didn't make a big ass thing about it. But let's be honest, we can be critical of Caleb's game. There's some things he needs to get a little bit better at that would elevate him into that 99 club.
I think the first thing that comes to mind is passing accuracy, right? Gotta be.
Ooh, yes, that would be it. Noah says 99. Learns like Caleb, minimum 99. It doesn't go any higher than that, Learn.
Yes. He's going to break Madden. Is that what Learn's saying? All right, man.
The first 100. Right. Well, Mike Vick, right? I think he might have been the first player to get like 100 speed.
Okay.
But that's not an overall of 100. Caleb needs his own escape button.
It should be like a Mortal Kombat combo or something.
So, like, they've been doing these things lately, these X factors they've been putting on players. Again, I haven't played Madden in forever, but I do watch YouTubers play it. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure he's going to have some, like, the X factor. It's called Escape Artist. I'm sure he's going to have that perk on him. But let's see. Love how Caleb throws almost no picks, and somehow he's not accurate. So I got into it with somebody on Twitter over this. His name's like First Round Mock or something like that, and he's been throwing so much shade at Caleb. And I brought it up last show. I showed the screen and everything. Mm-hmm. But yeah, good point, Learn. Yes.
This comment's hilarious, Big Mike. I love it.
2 minutes left in the fourth, and he becomes. That would be fucking badass, actually.
Yeah.
If they made that an X factor, put that on Caleb. As soon as it's 2 minutes, he's Patrick Mahomes.
Maybe he gets his own, man. He gets the Iceman factor, you know?
Oh, I bet you they put that in the game. Mm-hmm. So, like, say you throw a touchdown, I bet you Caleb's doing that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Chad, good evening, sir. He says, I thought his number would still be 18. Now you're saying he's in the 90s? Is he playing defense? Just kidding. Yeah, no, we need an edge rusher, remember? Yes. So Caleb could do it all.
I thought Sam Roush might have been that new edge, but we'll go with Caleb, sure. The boy Dick.
Learn says, how about all his receivers being in the first year of a complicated offense and Caleb throwing the ball away because his guys are in the wrong spot? So yeah, that was part of my argument with that guy on Twitter, was like, you keep saying his low completion percentage, which again is statistical fact, and I get your argument, but you're not looking at each of those plays individually. That he did that a lot, where he rolled out and nobody was open, and instead of forcing it, he just threw it out of bounds. I tried to bring up, a little metric called adjusted completion percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is a damn thing. If you do take in his adjusted completion percentage, he was up towards 67.5. So there. But then the guy came back and said, oh, yeah, adjusted completion percentages for losers who are making excuses for bad quarterback play. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you sleep better at night, buddy. If Josh Allen is 99, then Caleb is 99. You would think. Does Luther Burden outshine Rome Odunze this year, or do they both just ball out? We will get to that a little bit later, because we have some press conference from Ben Johnson today where we will cover that. All right, so you guys, are you ready for what Caleb's overall is? It's 90. His overall is a 90.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking around 91, 92, but yeah.
Yeah. However, we got to, if you guys watched his, he had a very great interview with the Kelsey brothers.
On New Heights podcast, yep.
On New Heights podcast that was released today. And they read him his overall because apparently he had no idea. He handled it with stride, with grace. He said, that's fine. He's like, 90's not bad. It'll be a 99 by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's our boy.
Boy, I guess while we're talking about that, how many of you guys went out and watched that interview? If you guys haven't, go out and watch that interview. We'll kind of do a quick wrap on it. But there's a couple of things that Ez and I noticed right away on just how he handles himself. It was very familiar. Ez, I'll let you take it away, man, because this was your initial thought.
Yeah, when you start to hear him talk about, what's going on at the facility and what year 2 into Ben Johnson's offense, what it's looking like and everything, he is really like starting to absorb Ben Johnson into his general attitude and demeanor. Like he's turning into Ben Johnson, guys, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. To piggyback off of that, you listen to how he speaks, and one thing that came across very clearly in this interview, and if you guys go watch it, you'll see Caleb Williams is an absolute dog, competitor, uber competitive when it comes to everything. Like, I bet you he would try to beat you in like eating 10 cheese balls type of thing. Like, that's how competitive this dude is. And he is about as cutthroat as you want your quarterback to be, much like Ben Johnson. Like, I don't think he's satisfied unless they're throwing up 50 burgers.
Yeah, which is awesome, because we know that that's Ben Johnson's plan. That's what he wants to do. So Caleb is right there in lockstep with Ben the whole way. What did Caleb say in the interview that made us say that? His draft class of quarterbacks that all got drafted his year.
Yeah.
They were like, all the quarterbacks coming out of your draft class are all pretty good for the most part. But like, are you guys tight? Do you guys talk all the time? And Caleb was like, yeah, absolutely not.
No.
Without saying it, this is what Caleb said. Fuck those guys.
Yes. QB speak. Fuck them all. I'm going to be better. They can bow down and worship my Madden cover.
Yeah, Big Mike that too at Ben's press conference. So number one, I do want to say If you guys watched Ben's presser today, I don't know what hair was up his ass, but he was not happy walking into that press conference, let alone whose ever phone that was that kept ringing. And so he was like, somebody get this fucking phone away from me, because if I get interrupted one more time, I'm going to throw this bitch out a window.
Yeah. Someone want to take their phone so don't keep getting interrupted.
Yeah, he was fucking irritated by that. But again, his whole demeanor going in, he was irritated going into the press conference. So that phone incident only added fuel to his fire. Which I don't know. I listened to CHGO a little bit because they were there. The media was there today, and they all kind of had the same consensus that the offense didn't look very sharp today. Too many dropped balls, too much balls hitting the turf during 7-on-7s, which is kind of a thing. The ball should never hit the turf during 7-on-7s, like ever. And the fact that they had multiple balls, I bet Ben's ass was chafed.
Yeah. And listen, man, that's the Ben that we know. That's the Ben that we expect. And that's the Ben that will help get this team over the hump for sure. I am all for that. Hell, he was kicking guys off of the field last year when they couldn't line up right.
Yeah, buddy. So here we are, year 2. Ben still ain't putting up with no bullshit. I wonder if a little bit, and you don't want to do this because these guys are professionals, but maybe the Caleb Madden cover release maybe had the guys a little distracted. Sure. You had people like Tyreek Stevenson saying, "Oh, I told him I want my shit signed. I want my copy signed." You know, when Ben was probably like, "Hey, pay the fuck attention. Like, we're running fucking 13 personnel right now. Don't worry about fucking Madden."
Yeah, I'm sure if any of that came up during the practice, he nipped that in the bud right away. And that's probably where that comment came from. I don't care because it's getting in the way of my practice for sure.
Yeah. That was my translation too. Same thing Big Mike said a couple comments ago. Yeah, when asked about the man cover, don't give a shit. Next question.
Great saying, Ben's locked in, and if you ain't locked in with him, get out the way.
Yeah. Ben means business, man. So he's going to demand more from those guys, which should be par for the course. Year 2 under his offense. His demeanor when he first came in, when they first were all back in the building, and he said we were starting over. This isn't what carries over from last year. We're starting over again. He probably has that very same. I mean, yeah, we're in our second batch of OTAs, and he's like, "Nah, I want perfection. You understand? I want perfection." Oh, you did? All right, hold on. Wedge, take it over. Let me check.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's put it like this, man. You know, also in that interview, Caleb was saying that he meets with Ben Johnson every day. And every day that he walks into Ben Johnson's office, there's papers scattered all around, plays drawn up on the message board, you know, the whole thing, man. So, you know, he's sitting there all off season trying to come up with these plays that break defenses. You know, we saw it a couple times last year, especially out of the 13 personnel, which, by the way, Chad, thank you very much for covering that. If you watch part of that Caleb Williams interview, he addresses the 13 personnel and just basically said what type of mayhem that personnel grouping can create. And we saw it firsthand in the last show with the breakdown from Trance. So you could do anything from run the ball out of the 13. You can line up tight, attack those passing tubes that we were talking about, to even, you know, splitting everybody out. With these 3 new tight ends and these new weapons, this is the type of things that this personnel grouping can really wreak havoc on these defenses. So Caleb said it right in the interview. You have these defenses that are going to attack 13 with base, and you have these big linebackers, you know, downhill thumpers type of guys that are going to get forced into spreading out to the numbers or beyond and have to cover in space. Any one of the three of the tight ends that we have out in space will take that matchup on any linebacker any day. He talked about Sam Roush and how all of a sudden he went from having 2 absolute dogs to now he has 3. So he's already pretty high on Sam Roush. Called him a freak of nature in terms of his size and just how smooth he was. So it's going to be maniacal, to use one of the words from the presentation last week. So it's going to be fun to watch, man. Can't wait. Great. The coach, this is your IQ, buddy. 0. The coach 2.0. Someone wants to get their fucking. Oh. Oof. Jimmy Johnson is a sweetheart. Ben Johnson is a stone cold killer. Caleb talks about it, man. And Caleb's taking on that persona, just like we were talking about before, man. So Noah keeps saying that he's going to learn in the finals. I'm only assuming the finals for our game show that we're going to have coming up. So while we have a handful of you guys on here, speaking of the game show, are there any other guests that would like to be in the tournament, man, the round of 16? We're going to get this thing up and going pretty quick here. So while we have some of you guys learn, we know that you're in. Noah, you said that you want to be in. But yeah, Create, are you smarter than a Packers fan? That's what we're talking about. Create, you want in? If so, let us know now, man. You can have a spot.
That's right.
I learned saying he'll see you there, Noah, FGB, and Chris.
So, yeah, when Chris comes on, as soon as we see Chris's name, I'm going to run the clip. I'm going to run the segue for the show because I want Learn to see it. I want Chris to see it, since they are our pilot episode of that. That is going to be the first, because every show has to have a pilot episode. Yeah. We have to run a test, see how it goes, see how much fun it was, and see who wants to jump in. But like Wedge said, you guys could put your names in the hat now so that we could start setting up the brackets and things, like on either our next episode or once we get the roster full.
Yeah.
So I do want to say we're going to have a guest coming in here in just a little bit, guys. We got a guest tonight.
Well, all right. Ooh, so if there's any topics that you guys might want to talk about with our guests, start putting them in. I know one topic that we were kicking around is the whole Myles Garrett trade and what does that mean for the Bears. So that would be a probably a good starting point. But if there's anything else that you guys might want to bring up, let's hash it out, man. We'll see, Crate, but I'm sure for less. Hey, Crate says, get me in. Crate, you're in, buddy. You are in. Welcome, Gav. Good evening. Gav says, tighten up. Are you sure, man? Are you sure you just don't want to just come over to the blue and orange side, Gav? I mean, there's room on this bandwagon, so come on. Come on over, man. Forget those Titans. F them Titans, bro. So we'll see, man. Anybody else? So kind of the basic premise of the game show going to be mostly Bears focused, but we'll have some NFL general trivia. I'm thinking maybe like a 60-40 split, NFL Bears or Bears NFL type of thing. So we'll see if, we'll kind of see how it goes. We'll kind of run that test and see what happens and then go from there. So Big Mike, man, what are you saying? Big Mike's saying even though he was gone for 10 years, he's in.
Okay,
Big that's Mike's what I'm
in.
reading. I did this team for damn near 10 years. I would definitely lose. You're in. Know that, man. You're in. Big Mike is in. Come on and take your beating like a man. How can we believe when the Titans are making such high-level management decisions. Talking about their unis or what, man? So, Craig, got you, Noah.
All right. Boys, I want you to give a nice, warm, everything bears welcome to the one, the only, Crooked Commish. And there he is. Let me take the overlay off of you.
Welcome, Crooked Commish.
I'm gonna take it off. It's off. There we go. Hey, brother, how's it going?
The check cleared, boys. The check cleared. I'm here. So, my pocket's got to get filled. I'm sorry, guys. Right. Sorry for being late, but I'm here. How are you guys doing? I'm good.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Welcome to Everything Bears. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. So, if there's anything that you want to talk about, let us know. But I thought maybe a good starting point is talking about this Myles Garrett trade, man.
Hold on. No, we'll get to Myles Garrett. No. Okay. I gotta get Commish's opinion on the Madden cover.
Yes.
The Madden cover. Lay it out. What are you happy about it? Are you nervous about curses? Are you happy with the 90 overall?
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know about the 90 overall rating. I think if you're going to be on the cover of Madden, 90 is the bare minimum, but I would think he would have to be like a 95 or above, you know what I mean? But whatever. As far as curses go, like curses are meant to be broken, you know what I mean? So Caleb's the guy to do it. I think that was definitely a thing when it first started in the early 2000s and stuff, when we were back in high school.
Right.
But as of late, I don't think it's been an open and shut case. I mean, Josh Allen was on the cover and he did pretty good. I mean, Tom Brady was on the cover. He didn't have a bad season. So, I mean,
correct.
So, I mean, there is some moments there. There is some guys there that you can kind of see where it didn't really affect them. So, and I think Caleb's got that mindset to where I don't think, for one, he's worried about it at all. So, I mean,
he ain't. I don't know if you caught that interview that he had with the Kelsey brothers. Great interview.
A little bit of it. Yeah. He's got a little jewel already, a little chain of him doing the pose of him jumping over with the skyline. And to be honest, like once that happened and we started seeing those silhouettes, like I started putting that in some of the thumbnails of, the show that we do, because it was just such a like iconic an easy thing that you can envision and stuff. You know what I mean? It was the Jordan moment that we kind of been waiting for.
I mean, absolutely. And when they did still shot his body pose when he was throwing, how could you not put those two and two together with that? You're like, oh no, it must be something with Chicago to have that pose. And so Caleb, man, take it away. I agree with everything you just said, man. Those are kind of like echoes the sentiments that I've had with Caleb since Ben Johnson's came to town. That this kid is going to destroy and crush any curse that the Bears organization might have. Because now we've got a franchise quarterback. He's going to get 4,000 this year. I mean, he missed it by this much last season, but he broke Eric Kramer's record, which was great. But this Madden curse, I'm not even worried about it. And Caleb did say in that interview, he said his overall will be 99 by the end of the year.
Oh, well, then you're definitely going over 4,000 yards if that's the case. You know what I mean? You're balling the hell out. So, but two receivers are having 1,000-yard seasons. So, I'm loving that.
And a tight end.
Yes.
Yeah. Then tight end's going to ball out too. Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, I'm definitely open to wherever we want to start there or what we want to talk about. I'm an open book for sure.
So, I mean, let's stick with the Madden cover, right? You think about some of the previous quarterbacks that have graced the Madden cover, and most of those guys were coming off of career years. I think the three of us can agree that last year is not going to be Caleb's career year. So for him to be the curse breaker, absolutely, he should be, because he's in year 2 of an offense. He's not coming off of that monster statistical season. So he can be one of those guys that breaks the curse, like the cover of Brady and Mahomes.
Right.
He's got a lot of momentum and hype built beyond him. And there's a lot of good reason for it. I mean, being year 2 into Ben Johnson's offensive system, we saw what Caleb looks like not being in his system and how kind of like just average, you know what I mean? He couldn't really bust out that Superman cape, you know, the way that he kind of likes to. Or at least he became accustomed to doing last year. This year, I know they're talking about trying to not rely on that so much, which is understandable. You know what I mean? Like we did see, you know, in the playoffs, getting to the Rams, like to expect that to happen, to roll 7s every single time, a little bit unrealistic, you know, kind of came back down to earth there. So, I mean, even though we almost did it, it's just something that you can't expect to do in an 8-10 year stretch, like he's kind of envisioning his future to be.
Yeah, for sure. Which I'm sure Ben Johnson probably has said that numerous times in private meetings. Like, guys, we're not just going to keep winning games like this, okay? We just need to put up 40 burgers and call it a day. Right?
Right. Yeah, and then it even goes with the QB coach, I think JT Barrett or TJ Barrett.
Yeah.
He was talking to the media a few days back, and he said the same thing, similar as well. It's just like, let's not make it so hard on ourselves. Let's make the easy things easy and stuff. Yeah. So when him being year 2 into the system, he should be able to take the next leap. I think we're all expecting him. I think the whole NFL is expecting him not just to take a step, but a leap, you know, into his development.
Yeah, they've really communicated that by giving the Bears so many primetime games. And now he's on the cover of Madden. And so, yeah, everybody's like, oh, this kid's about to take a big leap here.
They put him on the picture for the schedule release as well. That's so right. He's becoming the face of the NFL, or one of the faces of the NFL. Commish, quick question here, man. Are you afraid with all the talk about, you know, Caleb being able to take the easy throws, that's going to temper him at all from hunting those explosive plays downfield? You have any concern about that?
I don't think you can take that big game hunter out of him, really. You know what I mean? Like, you can try and tame it a bit, but I think he gets just like the rest of us, a big thrill and kick out of making those big plays and stuff, being in that moment and whatnot. So I think we'll still see big highlight plays, but I don't think they'll be at the end of games. So I'm hoping that we'll see more games being handled like the Bears handled the Cowboys and stuff. So, I mean, you know, and even the Browns, to where you get up early on them and then you just keep your foot on their neck and then eventually, you know, suffocate them. So I think that's Ben Styles' offense. If he could have it more often than not, is kind of be like that. Let's get on them fast and early and then stay on them.
Yeah, I think if they have the ability to do that as well, that also is going to help the defense out ultimately, in addition to where they're not playing on their heels the whole game, run, pass. You make any team one-dimensional, even though we're all afraid that the pass rush might not be where it needs to be or where we want it to be. But still, if you can make a team one-dimensional, it's easier to defend that team.
I agree, you know, for sure. I mean, you definitely – Austin Booker's specialty is being able to pin his ears back and rush the passer. So, I mean, if you can get all those guys in that mode of just kind of pinning their ears back and going at the QB, then it definitely makes it a hell of a lot easier for them. And like you said, another aspect of the game of not having to worry about the run quite as much. I mean, yeah. And then more pressure on the QB in general should hopefully continue to lead to the turnovers like they kind of became accustomed to last year.
I mean, Al Harris does have that track record, man. So I'm expecting, I don't know if we can expect 35 or whatever it was that they had, but, you know, it's predicated on this. He's got a proven track record. We're still going to see turnovers, bottom line.
I agree.
Sure.
I mean, him being able to keep him on this roster, on this coaching staff was one of the bigger scores, bigger wins in this offseason. I think count that just as big of a win as getting a free agent player, is being able to keep a coach like that. So, and if we do as good as we all hope and think that the Bears can do, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that, the next offseason, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
For sure. Well, and then a lot of it is going to be contingent on more news today. Got Kyler Gordon, sorry. I misspoke. Yeah, Kyler Gordon's soft tissue issue still. If this thing's going to plague him all season, then you're going to put Malik Muhammad there, or what are we doing? I heard some people in the chats today. I made my rounds through the Bear sphere during CHGO and other shows saying, oh, we can move Tyreek to nickel. Like, no, you don't want to move Tyreek to nickel. I don't think he's the right body type. He's not twitchy enough. He's great at outside corner, but you bring him in, he could be a liability there. So no.
They were working out Muhammad at the nickel and OTAs, man. When we had Chad on talking about the 13 personnel, that nickel defender is going to start morphing into a hybrid player, right? Where they can play in the box. They're a little bit bigger. It's not going to be the nickel corner of old. I think that's the next position that's going to see an evolution here.
Yeah, with so much 13 personnel being ran. Yeah, it's going to have to be, because you're not going to want stable of linebackers out there. You're going to need somebody a bit quicker.
Yep, somebody who could still handle themselves in the box. Yeah, the whole nine there. So,
but yeah, to your point, Commish, man, going into the offseason, that was the one position coach I was like, we cannot lose. I don't care about Declan Doyle getting hired. I don't care about Eric Bieniemy going. Do not touch Al Harris, please.
Yeah, and he was being looked at hard too. So I mean, I think it was a little bit. I think if he really wanted to go, he would have went, and he could have gone back to Dallas. I'm sorry. I
Green Bay.
Green Bay. He could have went to Green Bay because they just lost their DC. So they were hiring a whole new defensive staff and whatnot. So he could have very easily went to Green Bay and stuff. So I'm very thankful that he didn't.
And isn't that a good sign? Because he probably, like, he could have been a shoo-in at DC and Green Bay, but he was like, nah, I like what Ben's building here. I want to be a part of this right now. I'm going to see this through, which is what I had thought all the position coaches were going to do, including Eric Bieniemy, especially Declan Doyle. I thought him getting a job way too soon, but whatever.
A little ambitious,
Yeah, but that's fine, kiddo. Go ahead, spread your wings and fly. But I just thought maybe the continuity from our coaching staff would be super important when implementing all these new systems and Ben's way of wanting to do things. But yeah, Al Harris, huge keep.
Yeah. Big Mike saying if they can produce points in the first two quarters, this year will be a legit offensive threat. Agreed, man. They, like Commish was saying earlier, man, they got to come out, get up early, keep their foot on their necks like we did with those two games. Dallas and Cleveland stand out the most. So, the Bears about to put the NFL on notice here. So, Howard, we would like to see Ryan Poles go after Joey Bosa. Talk about that a little bit here. Thoughts on Joey Bosa, Commish?
He's a guy I don't know. He's just a guy. He's nothing that I get excited for. I mean, he's just too many injuries. It's just going to be we're going to get him for 6 games, 7 games, maybe. And he doesn't really play. Like, he's going to play 40% of the snaps in every one of those games. You know what I mean? Because he's just kind of a guy that's a specialist now in a sense. So between him, Von Miller, Cam Jordan, I saw that in the chat as well. Cam Jordan's at least been a bit more healthier, but he's another one that's
too many miles.
Yeah, like we have a Grady Jarrett on our team already that has a shit ton of miles and stuff. So it's just kind of like,
it doesn't move the needle for you.
Not really. I rather give that the snaps to Booker and develop him. You know what I mean? Yeah. What I like about that kid is he showed a different set of moves that he has to get to QB. It's not just like I got my bull rush, and then I got my bull rush, and then I got like another thing that's kind of like a bull rush, but a little better, like but from the left. You know what I mean? It's just like he does that. He does a swim. He had to spin. Like he has a few different moves that where if you know they keep coaching him up to fine tune each one of those and kind of work on those to make them sharper. Like I like it, and then he's coming into camp looking great too. So I mean, I want to give him the opportunity that I think he earned towards the end of the season last year.
Oh yeah. He showed a lot towards the end of last season, for sure. Too, Shamar Turner. Before he got hurt, they were playing him outside a lot too. So we didn't really get a good sample size to see what that kid could do. So yeah, I'm with you on that too. I'm really not too eager to bring in some old vet for the edges. Like, let's just work with what we got. Like you said, that means more snaps for Austin, and then even Shamar Turner. Let them have it out, and then you got Sweat, and then a motivated Dio.
Any of those guys you bring in, I think you're not really raising the ceiling of this defense. I think I heard it said best. You may raise the floor a little bit, but are any of these guys going to be game changers? No. At this point in their career, you hope to bring a guy in. If you get 6-7 sacks out of him in a specialty type of role, I think you would be thrilled. But that might even be asking too much from this group.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. We don't have to beat that one to death. So
yeah, that's where we're at there.
Matt saying Jordan should be honorary captain if we host the NFC Championship. I would be all for that, for sure. That would be sick. Bears should go after Cam Jordan and Joey Bosa. Oof. I don't know if they have
the money for that.
Yeah. Agree with you, Commish. I mean, at that point, is that, too many hands in the cookie jar? I don't know.
That smells a little bit of desperation there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, right? The old shotgun approach.
Yeah.
Big Mike saying, I got a feeling Ben doesn't give two shits about old Kyler Gordon. He's called him out a couple of times, man.
Yeah, Ben sounds very indifferent when speaking about Kyler Gordon.
Like they've been saying on the radio, man, Ben didn't draft him. He wasn't part of his draft crew, so he doesn't really have any ties to him beyond the money. It's one of those things where if not saying I want this or whatever, but if Gordon has another season, basically the same season that he has last year, they're really going to be looking to that contract to be like, when can we get out of this exactly? If we cut him, how much dead cap is that? Can we live with that dead cap? You know what I mean? They're really going to look at that and seeing if he's worth the squeeze.
Yeah, I think Jalen Johnson's in the same boat there too. Jalen Johnson, if he doesn't return to a sliver of the form that he was a few years ago, he's owed no money after this season, so he would be out the door too.
He's another player that needs to bounce back from his injury. Mm-hmm. It's yet to be seen. However, I will say that we probably could do a 180 on the show because we did call him out for never participating in OTAs, and he's here now. He's there now, so he also is self-aware enough to go, I better go to these things.
Mm-hmm. and he even had a good excuse to miss them. I think he was getting in the middle of getting married too.
Correct.
So it's just like he could have been like, hey guys, I just got married. I'm gonna go honeymoon.
Right.
You guys
Cabo,
get it. Right. Like I'll be at mandatory. I promise you, I'll be at mandatory and I'll be in shape. Like so. Now he told the missus like, we'll do our honeymoon after the season, because we're gonna have a Super Bowl ring along with our honeymoon. So
how about them apples? Yes, Commish. I love it. Yes.
I'm curious. If in the back of Jalen Johnson's mind, if those comments from Ben Johnson him saying, well, I barely know Jalen and Kyler because I didn't get to see him compete. How much of that kind of stuck in their mind? Like, oh shit, we better show up to these things. Kyler, even though he was hurt, was on the jugs machine. We saw that too. So he was there. I was kind of surprised. And we tore those guys down pretty good in that show about a week ago, I think it was. So got to backtrack a little bit.
You know what? And they all asked for it. They really did. Even Jalen Johnson, because back when Matt Eberflus was on the team coaching, he was getting frustrated with how there really wasn't any accountability on the team, or just there wasn't much leadership. He's just whatever. We're running the asylum here. We walk all over this coach, and it definitely not the vibe in that locker room anymore with Ben. Ben's definitely not taking any shit from anyone. Even the reporters I was hearing gotten annoyed that one of their ringers was not set on silent and started ringing during his press conference. It's somebody want to get this shit. Somebody get your phone.
So I don't have to be interrupted again. He was pissed.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I'm not trying to repeat myself here. Yep.
Picked it up and handed it right back. Whose phone is this?
Yeah.
You have no chance of hiding.
Right. Yeah. So
that's good stuff.
Oh, I didn't hear this. You guys hear any of this? Al Harris wasn't going to go back to Dallas because bridges were burned on the way out. And Chad, if you got a little insight, man, I'd be curious to hear what happened.
Commish corrected himself. He didn't mean Dallas. He meant Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
But he could have burned bridges. I mean, bridges could have been burnt in Dallas as well. I think he did spend some coaching time there, I believe, as well.
He did,
so,
their secondary were ball hawks too. The time he was there,
Diggs was a Pro Bowler. Now he's fighting to stay on a roster.
Right now, if he's on a practice squad, he'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
yeah. Big Mike saying after the next year, with some of these big contracts expiring, there's the potential for some huge moves to be made. Jalen Johnson, we talked about him. Grady Jarrett, no more guaranteed money owed. Dio Dango, you could get out of that contract. Those three guys alone open up almost $100 million in cap. I don't remember the number. That might be a little high.
It was a couple more players too with those three. And it was just under $100 million of cap space opening up. Yeah,
which is coming right in time because if like I said, they have the season that we envision them to have, they're going to need to give a lot of that money to Caleb because you know what I mean. His rookie contract, I know he's into year 3, but just like what happened with Patrick Mahomes and some of the other guys in that stratosphere, you don't want to fuck around and give them any kind of doubt of oh, well, we'll give you an extension, but next year, or we'll just pick up your 5th year option. You don't want to play with them like that and put a bad taste in their mouth. You're you can give them that 10-year contract that they give Patrick Mahomes there.
Mm-hmm.
Be here's a blank check. There you go. What do you want?
Just fill it out.
You will set the market, and don't pull a Jerry Jones on this thing. I agree with you, Commish. Get this boy signed early, and within 2 years, that contract will look like a bargain. I guarantee it.
Yep.
Well, it only gets worse the longer you wait when it comes to Caleb. It's
Dak Prescott, man. Yeah, perfect example. Dak Prescott broke the bank. Jerry Jones waited, man.
Yeah. Like I said,
Dak's making $65 million.
Commish, have you gone out as far yet to just very preliminarily guessed what the Bears' final record would be this season?
Yeah, I did. On our show. So just to give everybody the audience,
and plug your show too. Sorry, plug your show because when I did the intro, I forgot to plug your show. Do that too.
It's okay. Me coming in late here, it was a mess there. As far as I forgot I had to take my son to the airport. He's going out of town. He's visiting the grandparents. So it was just one thing where it's just not my thing to do, that my wife is hey, you got to do this. And I'm shit. And then along with other things, I end up booking myself somewhere else as well. So I'm just a hot mess today. But
Okay.
I am with the Chicago Clubhouse Network. You can find us on YouTube and on Facebook as well, TikTok as well. On Tuesday nights, I produce that show, and we talk all Bears pretty much. And then on Wednesday nights, I do a fantasy football show. My co-host, the Mouse from the Bay, talk fantasy football, Bears, and all other teams. And then Thursday nights, we have a baseball show that someone else does as well. And then on Sundays, when the season's going, we have a pregame show 2 hours before every Bears game, kind of get you ready for that. So on that show, though, on the Tuesday show, we did go through the schedule when it did get released because, that was the big buzz there. We all had to get our fix,
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I need it.
Yes.
But yes, I had the Bears going 11-6 this season.
Okay.
So, I think some of my losses was to I had a splitting with Green Bay, which is unfortunate. If they could sweep them, I'm all for that. But just trying to stay grounded a bit. I have a splitting with Green Bay, splitting with the Lions, sweeping the Vikings though. Other losses I think are with Seattle that I can remember off the top of my head. Seattle, I think Tampa, I had us losing to, and I think Philadelphia.
Oh,
I think that's off the top of my head. I'm Buffalo. So
Buffalo, right?
So I think that's
we
all.
got us losing that one too.
Yeah.
New stadium must be nice.
So,
yeah, new stadium.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, no, it will. I think DJ Moore is going to have his little revenge game on us as well, and stuff. So, hate to see him go, but I understood the business side of it. It didn't. The amount of money that he was getting was kind of hard to justify compared to the stats, the production we were getting out of him. So, I mean, love the guy and everything he did for us. It was a shame that we couldn't win a ring with him on our team, but
he's in a very good situation now.
Yeah, I wish
very good situation.
Sure.
Yeah, we love DJ. Sometimes he might just walk off the field in the middle of a scramble drill, but that's neither here nor there. He was our cheese grater.
Okay?
My God. That was frustrating, but when it mattered most, he up huge. He anteed up. He sacked up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, and granted, we'll never know that last play because he's long and gone.
Yeah.
Who did he undercut it? Did Caleb throw it wrong? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
who knows?
Doesn't
tomato. It's water under the bridge.
Correct.
At this point. And it's not, DJ's fault either, too, because what ended up happening is our wide receiver room is a stable right now. Yeah. I mean, there are just studs in our wide receiver room. And to your exact point, the money he was being paid versus the production stat-wise, it didn't kind of make the best sense to just, what? We can get a 2 for him, and we get to send him to a good team. It's not like we sent him to the Browns.
Guys, and to think we were thankful to get a 2 because everybody, all we kept hearing was maybe a 4 or 5, and it's not because he's a shitty player, but that contract, the team's gonna have to take out that contract. You know what I mean? If a team has to do that, they're gonna take away, lower your draft value on it. So I mean, the fact that we were able to get a 2 and then they took that contract on as well, that part was very impressive. I think we had to hurry up and make that trade before Buffalo came to their senses or kind of, started changing accept. So, did you say a 2? Yeah. We'll take a 2. We'll send him right now. DJ, get the fuck out of here. We're gone.
Pack it up.
Right. We'll make that post for you. Stand right there with you and your daughter. They're the ones that took the picture. Right there. So.
Now get on the plane.
Yeah. Thank you for everything you did. So
perfect storm, right? I mean, DJ's coach in Carolina ends up getting the Buffalo head coaching job. They saw the value. He had perceived value. The call was made. The deal was done, and here we go, right? DJ is now a Bill. And there's some truth to it with Poles, taking care of his guys. He helped Justin out. DJ goes to a good spot. They're not getting Jared Verst and getting sent to the Browns. So
yeah. But he became very, very expendable when they drafted Luther Burden.
Mm-hmm.
Once that happened, it like you could kind of see the writing on the wall, and then the season played out the way it was, and then it really became obvious where it's like,
Yeah, we talked about it, in one of our first shows, that he was possibly one of those guys on the trading block at the trade deadline. I was a little bit surprised he was still with the team, but they were having some success. Why rock the boat? They still managed to get pretty good haul for him in the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, they were having to put him in the backfield to get him touches. And again, at the contract that they were paying him, you don't want to be turning that kind of contract wide receiver into, how do we get him the ball? I don't know. Put him in the backfield. Like,
how do we use this expensive asset that we have?
Yeah. So, yeah. Now it's going to be a battle between Rome and Luther for the one spot. Do you think? Who's taking that one?
Man, guys,
is it 1A, 1B?
I wish it was that, but I don't know if you guys got a chance to hear Rome talk today.
About his foot, I did.
That didn't leave me feeling.
It didn't sound good, did it?
No, it really did not. Like, it looks. I mean, they're asking him about his foot. Does it feel better? Does it feel 100%? And he's like, I think this is a new 100%. Like, this is like, I got surgery on my foot. It's never going to be the same. I got calluses that I'm kind of learning to deal with. So I think this is as good as it's going to get, how it's feeling now. And I just got to learn how to deal with it and whatnot. And, and he just carried on, when a guy tears his ACL, I mean, he's never really the same. Like, he doesn't have, so I'm just like hearing all that and just like, man, thank you for being honest. But as a fantasy football player, I'm definitely selling all my shares that I have of him. But as a Bears player there, hearing that, I'm thinking more that Burden definitely has a chance to kind of run away with the number one receiver. And I'm really worried about how Rome is going to be and stuff. So that interview didn't leave me feeling too good.
No, I commented during the interview. I said I guarantee he got yelled at after that because he fucking said too much. He talked too much, explaining what was going on with his foot. And I don't know if it was the training staff or the coaches were probably like, what in the fuck is wrong with you? You don't say all that. You just say you feel great and leave it at there. Like everything you just said, he said. Yeah, this is like my new normal now. I've got scar tissues and calluses and whatever the hell going on in there. Like, oh no, Rome, no.
So essentially, no, I don't feel like if I never had surgery, what I mean? I don't feel like I did before. I'm still feeling some effects of it somehow, but he's trying to say this, I may not get any better. This just may be as good as it gets. And if it is, then, I'm not going to quit, so it's just like, oh, fuck.
The media did say though, that he looked good in OTAs. He's looked good, but when they get the pads on, and we'll see week 1 where Luther's at. If we see Luther out there, we'll be like, oh shit, Luther took Rome's job.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see the consistency being there with Rome. That's my thing. I think with Rome, it may be a peaks and valley thing. One game he'll look really good, and then the other game he's barely involved in the offense for some reason. And then the next game he's got 8 touchdowns, 8 catches for 2 touchdowns, and 100 yards, and so it could be that type of season with Rome.
So basically, when it comes to fantasy football, Rome's stock is down.
I mean, that's, in my opinion, hearing all that. And then another thing that just makes me worry about that, listening to Allen Robinson, ex-Bear, I guess towards the end of the season, he played on Detroit's team with Ben Johnson and was talking about how him being the ex-receiver, he wasn't really featured much. It just, his style of offense didn't really, focus on the X receiver, the big body type guy and whatnot. And Ben Johnson's not a big fan of go up and get it 50-50 balls, but he did have one play, I think, in the game, I think against Pittsburgh, he said, where he drew something up and said, hey, we're probably going to go for you, so be ready and stuff. But he's like, that was like really the only time where he kind of came to me and kind of said, hey, we're coming to you and we're going to single you out on a particular play. So, I mean, Rome plays a similar position. So that's why it's another reason where I'm kind of like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean,
yeah, Rome's not a Ben guy either.
He said buy stock and Luther too. That came out of Ben's mouth too. So it's just like he's given us a lot of signs there. There's a lot of signs there that Rome may be a spotty type of receiver. So I mean, at the end of the seasons, his stats may look good because you add it all up, but fantasy wise, it may be up and down.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Common makes a good point here. So basically, you traded DJ for Logan and $20 million. They got the center that they wanted. Hopefully, the center that pairs with Caleb for the future here. So it's a great way to look at it, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Big Mike's thinking Rome won't make it to the next contract. 1 foot and no hands. Chad's kind of in the same boat with you, Commish. Think Burton will be our number one. Rome drops too many balls and seems to have many nagging injury problems. I don't remember Rome really missing all that much time at college, so this is a relatively new thing for him. Him and Penix were quite the duo in college for sure. Howard Luther Burden is a stud. Burden will take the number 1 spot with Odunze 2, Xavier Thomas coming out number 3.
Okay.
Big Mike's thinking he's putting his money on all day Jade.
I think Jade's making the 53.
Oh, I think so too. Xavier Thomas will beat out Jade for the 3rd wide receiver spot. Maybe not right away, but by the end of the season, I could definitely see that for sure.
Yeah.
So
okay, that makes more sense for sure. Jade should have a step ahead of him, just understanding the offensive system. It's year 2 for Jade. Xavier still should be figuring out little things. So.
Oh yeah.
With us talking about the receivers, Common's throwing this in here too. But at the end of the day, Loveland will be the most impactful player outside of Caleb for the Bears.
Facts.
100%. Yeah. Big Mike, 100% Common for sure.
Facts. Yeah, I think the offense is going to run through Loveland. I think he's. If I had to pick any receiver on the Bears, I think it's more likely that he gets 1,000 yards, or maybe he gets to 1,000 yards first than Luther or Rome. So not to say that they can't get it and whatnot, but I really think the offense is going to kind of run through Loveland and stuff.
I mean, we said this so many times during last season, and I'll still stand by it until I see otherwise. Loveland has the best hands on the team.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best pass catcher. Mm-hmm. Period. Better than Rome, better than Luther, better than Cole Komet. He's got good hands though too, man. But you've seen his hands; it's huge.
Big old bear mitts.
But Loveland, when he really got a hang at the offense, I mean, Loveland was the go-to. 3rd in Loveland, 4th in Colston, however you want to say it. They were going to him in these crucial moments, and the kid was coming up huge.
Playoffs too, man. Yeah,
in the playoffs too. So, dude, that kid's ceiling is sky high.
I agree.
And him and Burden stayed behind, put in the work, not only on the field but in the weight room. Both of those guys look super explosive, which is one of the reasons why Ben's buying the Burden stock. Right? You looked at, or if you followed some of his social posts and the video that we watched on the show. Burden, man, he's so explosive. And I was a little bit worried about his attitude, but that thing is in check. He's in a good group with some good guys. I think the sky's the limit for this kid. I can't wait to see what year 2 brings for Luther Burden.
Yeah, I think they have the whole Chicago, and they get that from Ben. They walk that fine line of you're really super confident without being cocky, because once you get to that cocky range, people are like, dude, like, all right, man, whatever, like, get lost, like, you just get it becoming annoying. But they're just threading that needle fine enough to where they're confident enough in themselves, but without being like an obnoxious jerk.
Yeah. Check your ego at the door. Be humble.
If your quarterback can do it, everybody else should be able to do it too, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know, today's interview that I saw with if he was oozing, well, confidence.
Yeah.
Bordering egotistical.
Who, Caleb?
Yeah.
I mean, you're really going to be like today. I don't blame him. So you're feeling yourself. You just got done doing the Madden cover. Like you shot it. It's now dropping today. Like, like you're feeling all the feelings, the moments when you're shooting it and stuff like that, and doing all that stuff and all that. So yeah, like you're the first Bears QB to be on the cover. So I mean, like.
He's basically checking all the boxes he said he was going to when we drafted him. I mean, he didn't verbatim say Madden cover, but he was like, yeah, I'm going to go be the quarterback of the Bears, and I'm going to turn that whole shit around. And little by little, the kid's doing it, right?
Yeah. I'm going to do first-time things, so good for him.
So a little bit of a reprieve here, if you don't mind, Commish. Commish, can you give us a brief... How are you a Bears fan? Are you a Bears fan? Take me down the story, the long, windy road of you, I guess, being involved in Bears content. Then, if you're just a
just a tiny bit, you know. So I just found football last year, you know, and no, I'm just kidding. So
I was like, check this out. He just found football last year.
No, so born and raised here in Arizona. Where I get my love from Chicago is through my father. So my father, born and raised in Chicago, and still has a family up there. And they, classic Chicago story, get sick of the cold. His family, his parents wanted to move away from the cold, come over here over to Arizona. So my grandfather, you know, so my father, as I started to get into sports in like the 90s, my first Bears QB is Jim Harbaugh. So that's when I first started watching Bears. That's who was imprinted on me and stuff. So, but as I started getting into sports, I asked him, hey, who's your favorite football team, basketball team, hockey team, baseball team? And, you know, of course, everything Chicago. When it got to baseball, though, he said Cubs. So that's kind of where I kind of went down that way and stuff. So that's how he became a Chicago fan, just growing up from that moment, watching the Bears and everything Chicago. Easy to root for the Bulls back then because Jordan was freaking hot, you know, and whatnot. So definitely hard to root for the Cubs, you know, throughout those years and stuff. But the Blackhawks
paid off. Come on, it paid off.
No, it 1,000%. It was well worth the wait. To think about the Cubs fans that didn't get to live to see that moment is something that you can't like take for granted at all.
Right.
Like I remember seeing like the MLB The Show was doing like little thing like they're to promote the game. They're like showing like, oh, the Cubs winning the World Series and how the city of Chicago like that. I was like telling my wife that I was like it's gonna be like that, but like bigger. You know what I mean? Like they still can't capture how that city will like explode if the Cubs ever do get there. You know, and luckily they did and stuff. So, but even back then, the Blackhawks they weren't winning championships, but they were still competitive with Chelios and Jeremy Roenick and Eddie Belfour and whatnot. So I mean, they still had some good teams and whatnot. So, but that's how I got involved into the Chicago fandom there, and ever since then, I ain't been right. So.
Nice. Okay. Well, nice. And then from there, you were like, you know what? I like talking about football so much. I'm going to get a camera. I'm going to get a microphone, and I'm doing this thing.
Well, kind of. as you guys can tell, I'm kind of a bit of a chat whore and stuff. So I do, check out a lot of Bears content. I'm in the chats a lot, chatting it up and stuff. So how I got involved with Chicago Clubhouse Network is kind of very like being in the chats, talking and whatnot. I noticed the guy that was running it, because I don't run the clubhouse. So, like, that's not my show. That somebody else kind of pays for that stream and runs it and whatnot. And I just volunteered my services. I mean, like, hey, I noticed you guys, if you guys don't have a producer, I'm a fan of the show. I'd just love to help you guys out, help to grow the channel and produce the show for you guys. And they brought me on from there, like the guy, then they started asking, hey, I asked them if they play fantasy football. They said, no, we should get involved in that and doing that. Have you ever ran a league before? I'm like, funny story. I'm running 4 leagues. So like, kind of.
I run 4. Okay.
Yeah. So like, well, would you mind running another league for us for the Chicago Clubhouse Network? So I'm like, fuck it. I mean, like, let's
what's one more? Yeah.
Right. It's more football content. It's more football that I can shove on my plate, and there's plenty of room there. So,
okay.
So that's how I kind of snowballed into there. I've been with them for about 2.5 years, maybe going on 3 years and stuff. And, like I said, I ain't been right since. So,
right. That's good. But that's good. So, all right. You're burning the candle from both ends then, brother.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've still got my real life job.
Taking the kid to the airport, got a real job. You're producing a show. Then you got the fantasy show, 5 fantasy leagues. And now you're guest spotting on all these spots. You're double booking yourself. You're all over the place.
Yeah, that part was really bad. Yeah, I felt super bad about that. It was just like, Jesus Christ. It was for my show too. That I'm just like, I gotta do my airport thing. Like, I gotta take my kid back. It was just a mess. So, being the Crooked Commish here, I'm really not doing a good job of keeping track of my finances.
Hey, man. So with that being said, we greatly appreciate you then taking the time to come on to our, we're a fledgling little channel. Mm-hmm. We didn't start until week 4 of last season. And then we're just, the things continuing to grow. And Wedge and I, we're both from Chicago. We're from the Northwest side. Yeah, we grew up together, but then as we got older, right after high school, we kind of, you get old, you get married, you have kids, and then life happens. But now we're in our 40s, and we're like, hey, you want to do a Bears show? Like, hell yeah.
Why not? Yep.
Yeah, so.
No, I mean, you guys have a great show. Like I said, you've seen me in the comments before. I love your guys' takes on it, your interactions with each other, and how you interact with the chat is too. We like to do that over at the Chicago Clubhouse as well. We're not as good about it as you guys are and stuff, but we do like to bring people onto the show from the chat as well. We do that. So, I mean, if there's any time where you guys are free on a Tuesday evening,
okay,
and we'd love to have you on there. Yeah. You guys were in the chat. Somebody was talking with JB.
That was me.
Yeah, you brought in that the cellular, the data to maybe that's what they'll do with Arlington.
Oh, yeah, because if the Caskies can't build a stadium in Arlington Heights, they should sell it to an AI data center.
Right. And those are becoming more popular than they should be, but
yeah.
Sorry.
And then let's not forget about the Honey Bears comment now. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. The Bears could definitely use the Honey Bears. It would not hurt at all. Caleb's not going to be distracted. You know what I mean? So it's like,
hey now, hey, yo.
I kid.
I know.
Like I said, that's the one thing, honestly, that I'm just like rolled my eyes so much is the people giving them shit about the painted fingernails and the lipstick and crying and shit like that. Like, who gives a flying fuck? If this kid's breaking records and winning rings, I'll paint my fucking nails. I don't care. Yeah. I'll paint the Bears win on my nails. Bears win championship on my nails. Just the ring. That's what I'll fucking paint on my who gives a shit? If the kid's balling out now, if he's not, he's gonna look like a clown. He's the one that's gonna have to win that shit and whatnot. So that will be on him. But he's willing to put that target on his fucking back and saying, like, you know, if I fail, you can laugh at me, but if I don't fail, you're gonna have to respect me. So,
yeah. And all your stupid takes now are even more stupid.
Right.
You know?
Like he handles it well. He's like, you hate it, but your girl loves it, baby. So
wait now? I got the silk pillow covers, man. I know what I'm doing for the girls, for the ladies. Yeah.
Right. I mean, hey.
Gav checking in. Ben runs balanced offense. Gav, man, I'm telling you, you know so much about Ben Johnson from your Detroit days, bro.
Just come on over.
Titans. Just come on, man. Follow your
cross over to the dark side, man.
Big Mike, man. Yeah.
We can be your NFC team. You know, Titans are clearly your AFC one, but you want to cheat. You want to step out. You keep eyeballing us from the bar. You know what I mean?
Commish, he's a Lions fan.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, former Lions fan? He went to the Titans?
Well, no, he's still a Lions fan. It's just he's not feeling too confident. He's actually so Gav. It is actually like he is the Don Burr neutralizer. So when Don Burr comes into our chats and he's doing his thing, Gav is the one to go, Don, knock it off, man. Like, you don't think that. There's no way this team is that. Knock it off. And then, like, Don will stop.
He's asking him, why you always lying? Stop fucking lying. Oh, my God. Quit fucking lying.
But I like when other teams, our NFC North rival fans come to our chats. It's great. We're welcoming. You can come, give us the business. It's fine. Our chat's going to give you the business back. It's great. It's fun. Yeah. We're all just Americans at the end of the day who love a manly sport like football. And this is what we do. This is how men show we care. We bust each other's balls. This is what we do.
And we keep it PG-13. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Well,
try to.
Yeah.
That's what we got to say for, you know, the stations there. Yeah.
For the algorithms.
That's
Right.
They're always listening.
Yeah, the Matrix always watching.
I was trying to get it's JB is his name?
Yes. JB, yes, he's the one that saw your comment and is kind of like, hey, you conspiracy guy.
I need to link up with JB. Like, if he doesn't subscribe to my Book of Ezra channel, he needs to come over and just check out one of my shows. He'll probably find a nice little home there. And I can have him on the show if he wants to talk he can come on and we'll do the damn thing.
Okay. I will introduce him.
Pass that on. You'll do the intro.
Yes, 1,000%. It'll be like, hey, JB, you want to see something? You know, here, check out this.
Great. Good stuff.
Big Mike sharing his story, how he became a Bears fan. It was a cold day in '85. My dad was drunk and I was watching TV. And you're still with us, Big Mike. Even though you took that 10-year hiatus, it's all good, man. There were some brutal years for Bears fans. That just kind of what happened, man. We all kind of watched with only one eye for a few years here and there. It's just the doldrums of it, man.
You know how many people's stories that is?
Mm-hmm.
It was 1985 and my dad was drunk.
He's coming home from the Super Bowl shuffle celebration with the Bears in '85. You know, it was glorious. I never seen him so happy, and he's never been happy since.
They filmed that video in their bye week that season, man. That team had so much moxie, for lack of a better word, man. They just didn't give a fuck. It was great.
They knew. That defense was something that was never seen before and was never duplicated ever again.
Not to that extent. There's a few that were close, but...
Oh, yeah, the Ravens, 2002.
Sure.
Amazing, but...
So, guys, give me 1 second. I need to step out. Like, I'm losing my battery on this one, so let me step out real quick. And
all right,
well, if that's okay.
Yeah, we'll get caught up on some comments and then jump back in, Commish, whenever you're ready.
All right.
Okay.
So Howard's got his ranking for the NFC, man. He's going Rams 1, Seattle 2, Bears 3, Lions
Bears
4.
Okay.
So
I'll take it because the Rams are a powerhouse now.
yeah,
And Seattle, we'll see, but can't argue with their record last year and how they performed defending Super Bowl champions as well.
Mm-hmm.
I like where you got the Bears, though. I'll take it.
Yeah. A 3 seed, I think we would all be thrilled. That means they won the division again.
That's right.
And they're rolling, man. You know, it's interesting because those top 2 teams get to beat each other up, you know, for 2 games in the season. I'll be curious to see where that West Division ends up at, but it's going to be interesting to see how that all shakes out. With the Rams now, you're hearing rumblings that Aaron Donald's going to be coming back out of retirement.
Oh, get out of here. There's no way he's kicking the tires on. No way.
I'll tell
how
you
long
what,
has he been out of the league? He's been out of the league, what,
2 years? 3 years, maybe?
3? Yeah. Come on. No. That man, and I'm not going to take anything away from him, but he would have had to been working out every day.
Have you seen his workouts? That dude is game ready right now.
No, are you fucking kidding me?
No, like that is the sad truth, though. Like,
damn it!
Ever since he's been retired, he has not quit his workout regimen at all. Like I guess he's a workout junkie. You know what I mean? Yeah, like he's still unretired. Like he was out. Like some guys that are in the NFL now went to him for an off-season like workout program, and he was like out doing them.
And he worked them under the tip. Wow.
Jared First, you saw a video where he tried to hang with them. He's sitting on the bench, gassed out, and Aaron Donald's still going, doing like his rows on the single wheel or his push-ups off of the dumbbells, just making these fools, you know, these kids look like fools, man. So I would that dude is a freak of nature. It would not surprise me one bit if he steps back in. And then will he be as productive as he always been? I don't know.
Probably.
Most likely.
My thing is the money. Like so I'm just trying to think like the Rams can afford it still or like
where are they coming up with all this money in capital? Good point, Commish.
It's all future money, man. It's win or bust for that team for 2 to 3 years at least. It might even be a 5-year hole that they have to survive if they don't win it this year, man. It's Super Bowl or bust for them.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't expect to have that kind of payroll, have that kind of roster, and not have expectations to win the Super Bowl. I mean, if Donald was to come back, I mean, it would be such a headache for teams because it's like, you can't double Garrett too much if Donald is just as dominant type of thing, you know. So I don't want to. It's nightmare enough already having Miles on the Rams. I really don't want to.
Well, luckily we wouldn't have to see them until the playoffs. So
I would say though our offensive line could possibly match up with that. I would take Tooney on Donaldson, and then you double Garrett and go from there. They could be set up as one of the better teams to be able to handle that defensive front. To be determined what happens with the left tackle and how they perform, but it's possible.
Man, initial reactions. If Donald comes back, that fucking defense is insane.
Yeah. It's nasty.
Insane.
Yeah. It really is. Like, I mean, does it really matter who your cornerbacks are? Not that they have shitty cornerbacks, but if you have that kind of rush or
no, it doesn't.
That kind of pressure. I mean,
no, it doesn't matter.
Traded for McDuffie. He was only an All-Pro 2 years ago, I think, for the Chiefs. I mean, it's ridiculous what they did.
All right. If I'm a defensive coordinator for any of the teams that has to play the Rams, you know what I'm saying? Sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg.
Matthew Stafford, sweep the leg. I don't care if they fine you, throw you out of the game. You sweep the fucking leg.
Right.
Because who's his backup? Who's the kid they drafted?
Ty Simpson.
You're going with Ty Simpson because I took out Matthew Stafford.
It still may be Stetson Bennett, though, before Ty Simpson.
True.
Well, I mean, which
Either way, the odds are good.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I mean, either way is a win, for the other team.
You're punching Stafford in the back in the pile.
All kinds
How's
of shit.
that bulging disc feel now, Stafford?
All kinds of things. Just
Team Ramrod, bitch.
Yeah. Hey, Booker, go treat this guy like you did Jordan Love.
See, there you go.
We'll all chip in for the fine. We're good.
Look at, even though, hold on, Wedge, we reviewed the tape.
That was a sack.
You're right.
Jordan Love lowered he was trying to hurt Austin Booker. That's what happened.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Tape doesn't lie.
That was a low blow, cheap shot by Jordan Love.
I thought I couldn't hate him anymore. Like, you tell me this shit, and it's just like,
He's a dirty player, but listen.
He is. He's a dirty, rotten fucking player.
Well,
that's what, like Matt LaFleur, that's how he's coaching those guys up there.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder why Ben didn't shake their hand with shit
right.
like that when they're doing, like, come on, dude. Right. How can you have any respect for that?
Right. And then they wanted to spin it, saying Ben's the no-class asshole. Right.
No.
Like Paulie says, I don't know how much more disrespect I can take here.
Shit. Let's try to catch up a little bit. Howard says, I agree, especially by mid-December heading into the playoffs. But Los Angeles is going to be a problem all year. And Detroit has our number right now. They do, but I think this is the year where the tide's going to change. Because I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm going to beat this drum forever. Well, until we don't beat the Lions. But don't think for a second, now that Ben Johnson, last season's over and he had some downtime to stew in it, the Lions are not sweeping us next year. I have the Bears actually sweeping the Lions. That's the importance that those games are going to mean to Ben. Because now it's personal now. It's personal. He didn't want it to be that way. I don't want it to be that way, but that's the way the situation is. Okay, he was their OC, and their offense was top offense in the league for 2-3 years in a row. And then now he's our coach and our OC. There's some static there. And Ben was stewing about it because he got a 50 burger put up on him early in the season, and then we lost to him again later in the season. That shit didn't sit well with Ben all off season. It won't happen again.
No, if Ben comes out and says that, it's personal now, it's going to make me think he binged The Last Dance there and kind of is quoting Jordan there and stuff. I took that personal. That 50 burger they dropped on us, it tastes like shit. Wasn't a good burger at all. It was very overcooked and like a hockey puck, so
and under seasoned.
Right.
Yes, no mustard. Yeah.
So they gave me a lettuce wrap, I didn't, or like, who the fuck eats a lettuce wrap? Like,
that was just quite disrespectful. And I took it personally.
Right, yeah. I took that personal. Yeah.
That's going to be interesting, man. Jared Goff now has to go into another year with the new OC. Ooh. Can they keep putting up the numbers that they were? Is some of this offense starting to fade out that Ben instilled? Is Jared Goff, was he a product of the system, or is he actually good? We're going to find out at this point, man.
We will. And their OC year, too. Yeah. Their OC from Arizona was that there's just lack of options. So
I don't know.
Do you know how to run 13 personnel? A little bit. All right, come on, you're hired.
Like, we had a good tight end. Okay. We do too.
Yeah, we made fucking Trey McBride look awesome. Like, okay, well, we got Laporta. I mean, he's, kind of like good. That. So.
He's kind of like McBride.
Yeah, I mean,
they're both good.
No, and they are, and that's the thing with Detroit. I mean, they definitely, there's no short of weapons over there. Gibbs is a headache, a beast there. Goff is a very good, QB, and we all know what kind of receivers they have. They were super fast.
St. Brown was literally unstoppable.
Yeah, he was running away from our cornerbacks. Like, nobody could keep up with him, which is why Ben made it a priority to get speed on both sides of the ball. Yeah. So, like, they have the weapons. It's about if this OC knows how to utilize them. Can he load the bullets into the gun properly and fire it without it being a misfire, kind of like he was having last season? A lot of misfires on that last season.
Amon-Ra probably cost Nahshon Wright at least $8 million that game. I mean, he was exposed. He went from probably a $11 to $15 million contract to $5.5 in the Jets. Oof.
Yeah. Yep.
That's facts.
Mm-hmm.
Him and CJ Gardner too. I mean, like I said, didn't matter who was we just didn't have any speed in our cornerbacks, at that time. So, but I expect it to be a different story this year for sure.
I think that's one of the reasons why Byard was out of there. Good instinctive player, not the best top end speed. Trade that out with Kobe. Dylan Thieneman, obviously a burner.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah, this is a bold prediction. Chad says he'll predict the Niners to win the West if they stay healthy over the Rams in a tiebreaker. Okay.
Oof. I mean, that's probably the toughest division for sure in football right now. I mean, I know the Arizonas are definitely the redheaded stepchild of that division, but the Rams with getting Garrett, you have the Super Bowl defending champs in that division, and the 49ers are still, with Kyle Shanahan, have a great offensive system there. So it's a tough division.
It is.
Yeah.
You ready? Are you guys ready for this? I'm segueing us into the next thing we just have to cover. I know I partook in some, and
let's do it.
In the show last night, I said my 2 cents, but now I'll say it just unfiltered and without having to text it on the phone. I'm just going to say this now. You guys can fill in after. I don't give a shit if we don't build a stadium anymore. I don't care. I don't care. Don't build it for all. I don't care anymore. My heart's been broken over and over and over and over, and now my heart is like a rock, and it's calloused, and I don't have any feelings anymore. I kicked my dog today.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. I didn't kick my dog. I would never. But I'm making an analogy. Okay.
What's the dog's name? Kevin or something? God damn it, Kevin Warren. Oh shit. Sorry.
Bam. Yeah. No. My dog's name is Luna, and she's sweet. No,
you just threatened to take her back to the pound, huh?
Yeah, a lot of blame to go around. I'm glad you brought up Kevin Warren, because I will, and I do, get mad at the politicians because they're politicians and they don't care about anything except their coffers and their war chests. They don't care about you or me or Wedge and they don't care about any of us, okay? And my problem with Kevin, and I'll give 10% of the blame to Kevin, because I've said it before. You know what? You built that stadium in Minnesota. Man, great job. It was a beautiful stadium. You did a smashing job. But let me tell you something, mister. Minnesota politics are not Illinois politics. It's a total different monster. And I think, and I think maybe you were treading in waters that maybe you were a little too deep, that you didn't realize what you needed to do to play ball. And again, but only 10%. Like, I think the only thing that the Bears might have been lacking throughout the whole process was the Brinks truck. They didn't bring the Brinks truck. It's really simple. Yeah. I want you to, McCaskey's, here, I'm going to take Kevin Warren's job. George, I want you to buy a Brinks truck, okay? Put the Bears logo on it and everything. Then I'd want you and your minions to just load it up with duffel bags. Just keep loading until you can't put it. You have to, like, really quickly throw the bag and shut the back doors. And then drive it to Pritzker's house, and he'll invite his little lizard people, and they'll all sit around the table, and you start, all right, unload the Brinks truck. Boom. Stadium deal done. But I think Kevin Warren was wanting to play hardball. He's wanting to play chicken. And they played chicken and they lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now at this point, I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah.
Don't build the stadium. Don't care.
Their bluff got called for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yes.
it really did. Like, I I'm with you as well. Like I think this is a sick joke at this point. It's kind of becoming, just kind of what's going on of up and down. Will they? Won't they? And we're here. We're there. I think a little bit is hearing some of these politicians now and the mayors going on the radios now and kind of pleading their case and whatnot. I think the Cunningham guy was on the show, one of the shows there, and he said something that I was just kind of like made me laugh and kind of like give him the side eye and just be like, that's fucking ridiculous, dude. Is when he was like, Kevin Warren or the Bears put a bad taste in our mouth when we found out that they were actually negotiating with like the city of Chicago or other state, cities and whatnot. And kind of like, well, hey, if you're trying to get a deal done with us, like it's kind of in bad taste to also be behind our backs talking with other people. And I'm just like really, like they're a business entity. Like they're going to try and strike and find the best deal that they can, regardless, like whether it be with you or someone down the street. I'm like, how are you, like, that's pretty petty and kind of rich for you to be like, I didn't like those negotiation tactics where they were talking to other guys. And then it's like, I don't know if you know this, but they're negotiating with Indiana, the state across as well. Like, psst, by the way, like they're also negotiating with the next state over. I hope you don't get pissed at that. Like, what the fuck is going on here? How are you getting upset about that, dude? Like, is this your first time in politics? Like, I thought that was just very like childish, very weird and odd for him to kind of hold that against them of like, that's not how you negotiate. That's in bad taste. Like,
to me, it boils down to one thing. If the politicians got off of their fucking hands for 2 minutes and actually took this serious, that this was going to be something that could lead to this, they wouldn't have had to go to Indiana. They wouldn't have had to check with Arlington Heights. They wouldn't have had to buy that property. But no, they decided that they would keep pushing it off and pushing it off. And the Bears had to do something. They needed some type of leverage. Whether we all know now that the Indiana thing, they don't want to go there. They want to stay in Arlington Heights. But because of the lack of action from the politicians, they had to go and do it. And now it's to the point where they might have to go to another state because they're still not doing anything with it. They might not have another option. And this is just, it's bigger than the Bears. And this whole thing just really pisses me off from being somebody who lived in the state and seeing what has happened to a lot of the major corporations that used to be stalwarts, not only in the city, but in the state, having to leave and go to other places because they couldn't get things like tax certainty or any help from the state to keep businesses within there. When that happens, jobs are going. If the stadium goes to Indiana, jobs are going to be lost. There is billions and billions of dollars that the state doesn't give a shit about when it comes to all these people who would be put to work, not only for the construction of it, but for Bearstopia afterwards that are permanent jobs. And I feel like they're so short-sighted when it comes to this. They're not looking at the bigger picture. And politicians will always say, oh, we're looking at the bigger picture, but how is this fair for this person and that person? Why does the taxpayer have to pick up the cost? Guess what? If the Bears aren't there, they're picking up the fucking cost anyway.
For real.
With no jobs.
Yeah. Hello. I'm a dumbass who doesn't know anything about politics, but I could see that.
Right.
I don't know.
So I have a question for you guys here as far as with the Indiana. Do you think Hammond at any point, because I think it's pretty clear now, like if the Bears wanted to go, they would have been gone by now because the state of Illinois has not done anything or moved fast enough at all to show that, make them a priority.
Right.
Do you think at any point Hammond kind of gets tired of leaving their hand extended out, almost like a girl at the dance, like, I'll dance with you. I'll dance with you. I'll dance. And to where they're probably like, you know what? Like, I've got a bunch, like, fuck this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I found this other guy to dance with me.
Right.
Fuck
like,
you.
Like, I'm getting laughed at now being the only person here kind of sticking my hand out. Like, and the girl that you're interested in like dancing with is not even looking your way, homie. She's got her shoulder turned to you.
She doesn't even know you exist.
Yeah.
He's a senior. You're a freshman.
Right. That's the situation.
Chill, like, but you have this other freshman girl that will dance with you and like acknowledge her at least, you know. So that's just what it's seeming. But do you feel at any point that they get sick of kind of extending out their hand and maybe pull it back and be like, yeah, no, never mind?
Yeah, I think everybody has a limit. Okay. I just think Indiana's going to leave their hand out for quite some time because they see the long side of they see the long game and they know its potential. We're talking, and if I had to guess, trillions of dollars over the next, how long do you think? So when the stadium gets built and they're running this, will they be there another 80, 100 years? Trillions and trillions of dollars, trillions and billions. And they see that and they're like, yeah, we're going to keep our hand just like this. Whenever you're ready, Bears, you come on home. But the Bears, like you said,
yes.
Yeah. But like you said, I mean, Wedge and I have talked about this. Yeah. If the Bears really wanted to go to Indiana, that deal's done. Signed, sealed, delivered. And they did it bipartisan, too. And that's, for me, who does pay attention to politics, that shit is what pisses me off probably the most. Okay, so Indiana's a red state. We get it. But that mayor of Indiana, he's a Democrat. And they, that fast, worked bipartisan to pass this fucking bill to get this area ready for the Bears to build. Now, in Illinois, at all the legislators and everybody who had the vote, it's all ran by Democrats. There's no bipartisan having to work. You guys are on the same team. You can't figure it out?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know what? And that's where I get so mad. I'm like, I don't care. Build it in fucking Rockford. Build it and I don't give a shit. Build it in Arizona. The Arizona Bears. They'll be right there with the Cardinals again, just like they were in Chicago.
Chicago Cardinals.
Let's go. Move to Arizona.
Big Mike's got it right, man. Indiana about ready to lose some weight and look hot.
Yeah, for sure. She got that lipo going on. Good for her, girl. Good for her. You know?
If you're Indiana, right, you don't have the Bears now, so why not leave it extended? It's kind of my take. And if there's a possibility that you get them, like I said, leave that hand extended. Finally, at some point, they're going to get fed up for the lack of progress in Illinois, and they'll have no other choice. So you're ready. You're good to go. You know, quick side-by-side, if you guys want to hear the quick rundown between Arlington Heights and Hammond for financing.
Yeah, what do you got?
Arlington Heights, nothing approved yet. The House killed the bill, right? We know the new one that's getting introduced where Indiana's financing authority is already has the funding advancing. Political support in Arlington Heights, we know it's weak, right? Because it's Illinois.
Yeah. It's only the mayor. Only the mayor wants the stadium there.
They're resistant to public funding. We're in Hammond. It's strong, like Ez was saying, with the bipartisan enthusiasm. Land quality, Arlington Heights, we know it's clean, it's ready, ideal for Bearstopia, whatever they want to call it, compared to Hammond.
Hold on real quick. I thought I heard something different, that the soil there was sour. Like they have to like redo that soil because of a lot of just the manure,
sludge, and slag. So that's
it's just more
toxic slag.
That was for Hammond. I thought they were talking about where.
Oh, I thought that was Arlington Heights. I could be wrong too, but one of the two, has that.
Yeah, issue. The EPA concerned is Hammond.
Okay.
Yeah, no, at Arlington Heights, you could eat off that grass right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then,
Yeah.
let's go.
So
Well,
the
we're
control
trying.
of site, yeah. Arlington Heights, if it happens there, Bears control the land. Where Hammond, the Bears won't control that land, but doing some of the research on it, they were saying that after the public funding is paid off, the lease agreement would sell the land to the Bears for like $1. Just a marginal transaction to where they own it then.
Right.
Obviously, we know the timeline. If they said yes to Hammond, the shovel's in the ground tomorrow.
Yeah, like now.
Mm-hmm.
Like now. And then, Chad, to answer your question, this is what I had said, because being familiar with the California Angels and their long moniker, this would be it. The Chicago Bears of Hammond, Indiana. Like, you'd have to say this at Waffle House Stadium.
Oh my God, that sounds terrible. That just rolls right off the tongue, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Can you imagine that fucking jersey? It'd be
The initials, what's the whole initials? It'd be like CBOH.
the TCBOHI. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck acronym is that? Yeah. It's going to get made up into something. Yeah, they'll figure something out. The internet will do its magic and figure
The internet is a fabulous place.
Yes. Yeah. That most definitely is.
There, I just typed it out in the chat. TCBOHI.
Oh, man.
Internet, do your thing.
Yeah, work with that somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. My unpopular opinion about that situation, and I'll die on this hill, just like there's another hill I'll die on. But what I'm worried about in that situation, if they were to move, is that eventually, sometime down the road, especially if that team is hot and good and winning Super Bowls, Indiana will be like, why are we still called Chicago? Why are we still winning these champs? Like, what we need to do something about switching that to Indiana, whatever. If they're still called, like, we just, especially like I said, if they're winning the Super Bowls that we've always been waiting for in Chicago, I think eventually they will, like, it'll just leave a bad taste in that mouth of me. Like, they're here, we paid for the stadium. Like, what the like? Come on now, like, we deserve a little, like, have the state of Indiana be represented a bit better than that if we're winning all these championships and shit like that. And Caleb's going to be a Hall of Famer and whatnot. But, and I know it's the Bears historic franchise, but the Raiders were historic as well. They won a lot of the championships, and they eventually went from Los Angeles or Oakland to Las Vegas. Still kept Raiders, but they still even changed and went to Las Vegas, and they only moved a state over, and it's super real close. So, I mean, I get the New York thing. People are like, oh, the Jets don't play there. I get that shit. I know.
And Commish, though, that's okay, baby, because to George McCaskey, did you hear him maybe like 3-5 months ago? Bears history here. When Hallis was playing ball for the Bears, they were the Hammond fucking, what were they, the Staleys?
Oh, yeah, the Staleys, yeah.
But the city was Hammond.
Uh-huh.
It was Hammond. So, okay, yeah, Hammond Bears. Let's rock it. Rock it. Does it sound stupid? Very much so, yes. But this is where we're at.
I mean, I don't know. So,
are you okay with that, Hammond Bears?
I mean, so it just gets to a point, too, like it evolves more to where, like, now I get worried about, because that's like, okay, we still cheer for them. Part of that's like, yes, but if in like, I know you're like the conspiracy theories, so you'll follow me good. So if 5-10 years down the road, the NFL realizes, you know what, it was stupid of us to take an NFL franchise out of Chicago. Chicago needs a franchise. Let's get another NFL team in there. You know, whether another team transports or whatever. And now we have another Chicago, whatever, their football team.
Chicago Raiders.
Right. That's
The Raiders move again.
Who the fuck do I cheer for now? Do I cheer for this new Chicago team or do I cheer for the Hammond Bears that I kind of grew up for cheering? You know what I mean? Like, which were formerly known as Chicago Bears. Do I cheer for them both? You know, it's like, I hate, like, hope that nightmare never happens.
You're having a hard time trying to work that out.
Right. Because it's, like I said, I hope it never fucking happens. But that's why I don't want them to leave, because I think that opens up that sliver of the door of it could happen.
So, Chad, is there no land available west of Chicago? Yes, Chad, there is. It's in Arlington Heights.
Oh. Yeah, and apparently it would still be in Illinois' borders, so that's still kind of a huge problem. But I wonder if that's sarcasm in his tone.
Decatur Staleys, yes.
I think the Hammonds were like the Hammond Superstars or something along those lines.
I'm looking it up because George McCaskey had said that.
How about the Hammond Honey Bears?
We go to women's arena football at that point.
Right.
The Hammond Honey Bears. Okay.
Or Humming Bears. How about Humming Bears?
Oh, okay. Man show.
We're playing with
We're just spitballing here. That's all we're doing. We're spitballing.
Might have to get season tickets for that.
Ugly and bad, but they get better. They get more refined. So,
Philip, Decatur Staleys. That's one of their stomping grounds.
Yeah, so they moved around all the time. They started in Hammond. They moved to Decatur. Up to Chicago, they played at Wrigley. I bet everybody, all the grumpy old men were having this conversation too. You believe this? They're leaving Wrigley Field. I got to go all the way down to the fucking lake.
Yeah. The traffic's going to be horrible there. Like, what the fuck?
I bet there's going to be no parking. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get in there.
I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to walk a mile and a fucking half to the stadium. They think I'm going to fucking do that. They're dead fucking wrong. I'd rather fucking swim across Lake fucking Michigan, pal.
That's so funny because that's what ended up happening.
Yes.
And they were there. Freezing their fucking asses off at the top of the stadium. Fucking, this is fucking bullshit. They could have fucking given us a parka or something.
Jay Chris, I'd like fug the Bears if they changed the name from Chicago to Hammond. That's like the Browns fan turning Ravens fans. Makes absolutely no sense. That was a little bit different story, right? I mean, that was a full-on move out.
They left in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Pulled the old Colts maneuver.
All right, so George Halas played for the Hammond Bobcats in the grand old year of 1919.
Just yesterday.
Howard. Buddy, I like you, Howard, but there's no way in hell that the mayor's going to come through to keep the Bears on the lakefront.
You would just have to. So that's funny you say that. On our show the other night, one of the guests, Shorty from Chicago.
Shorty,
Yeah, Shorty. Okay, so you guys know Shorty from Bears Country.
Yeah.
He was on with us and stuff and talking. And he was saying, like, they just need the mayor. We need a corrupt old school mayor where he just gives a plot of land there. Just be like, hey, I'm giving this to the Bears, and that's that.
Yeah.
Right.
You can suck my, like, who gives a shit? It's done and over with. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, like, that's the only way that would really happen.
And Brandon Johnson ain't that guy.
No.
Right. Yeah.
You needed a daily in there where you park a few Brinks trucks instead of going to Pritzker. They stop at
Daly's house.
Mansion, and then all of a sudden things get done.
Yeah, Daly they'd be at year 2 right now of construction if Daly was the mayor.
Amen to that, brother. Amen.
Good old days, right, boys?
Mm-hmm.
Back in my day, Mayor Daly would just give him a duffel bag full of money.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If a team doesn't have the name of the city in front of their team name, then I wouldn't consider them from my city.
You start getting into these little minutiae, these little nuances. Yeah.
Bears get renamed to the Hoosiers. Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddies?
All right. I mean,
Jay Grizz.
Jay Grizz liking it. Romy checking in again. The Hammond Hooligans? Okay.
The Hammond Hooligans. Let's go.
I can dig it.
Yeah, I just And I hate talking about this, and that's it.
Okay. So
We're put a pin in it.
So let me ask you guys. I'm sure, like I said, you guys have done this already, but just me being on here.
Yeah.
The draft. Were you guys overall satisfied? I know we've had a lot to kind of stomach it and kind of deal with it, but your first, if you can remember, your first initial thoughts after the draft.
I remember this very well.
I can. Yes.
I know
Wedge, please. The floor is yours.
Because we did it live. I was pissed.
Yeah, we did a live show, watch party, you know, that whole deal.
What was the draft pick, I guess, that pissed you off the most or that you least liked?
So initial reactions, Xavier Thomas, I thought was a huge reach.
Okay.
Logan as well. It seemed like, based off of all the research and what all the pundits were saying, it seemed like at that point in time, caught up in the moment, that the Bears reached on a majority of their picks. Dylan Thieneman fell in their laps. Muhammad fell in their laps. But the other ones really kind of seem to be a reach, including Sam Roush. After taking a step back, though, and looking at what it actually was, what these players were drafted for, and the needs that the Bears had, it took a little bit to come around, but initial reaction was devastating. And I think a lot of us had a preconceived notion that they needed to go defense. And it didn't happen, especially with the D-line, right? There was still good players sitting there in the second round if they wanted to move, and they didn't. They held tight. They still ended up getting, quote unquote, their guys. People who I think are going to be future contributors, with Logan Jones being, my opinion, I think he's going to end up starting for the Bears coming out of here and be the center for the Bears for the next 10 years. So you can't disagree necessarily with that pick if that comes to fruition. So,
yeah.
Okay.
So it was more not the players that we drafted, but where we drafted them at.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and of course, the defensive line. I think as a whole, and I'll speak for all of Bear fandom, I think majority of us thought, oh, this is a no-brainer. Defensive line. No? Safety? No. Okay, cool. I'll take the safety. Thieneman, he's a boss. But this next one, defensive line, second round. Book it now. Wait, no?
Center?
Okay. No. All right. Cool. Center? I don't see any of his highlights yet, but I'll dig into him later. But I know this next one is a fucking defensive line. Book it now. Book it. Wait, no? Like, all draft. Nothing. No defensive line. And so, like, by the end of the second night, Wedge and I there was smoke coming out of our fucking cans. Smoke coming out. We were like, what the fuck? We're like bewildered and pissed and what the hell?
Okay.
But it, you know, as a mature adult, as we are now, you can sleep on it. Take about 48 hours, do your research, right? We love ball.
Take the emotion out, right?
Take the emotion out.
Right.
But we love ball. Watch some tape, figure out who these guys are, and then finally coming to the understanding of two things. Hey, these guys we picked, they're pretty fucking good, actually. And I can see where they fit on this roster. This worked. Also, the second thing is apparently Ryan Pulse didn't think the defensive line was as fucked up as we all thought it was. Because if it was, he would have made those moves, but he didn't. So he was telling us that there's nothing wrong with the defensive line in that draft. He was communicating to all of us and said, yeah, you guys think that it's the defensive line's a problem? It's not. We just got injuries and these guys are going to bounce back healthy, and you'll see.
Okay.
And so that was kind of like our.
I think the other thing too is, after seeing the lack of movement on defensive line, you really got to see behind the scenes on what Poles was thinking. They did not like this defensive line class at all, or else there were a couple guys that everybody was high on. But I think the general consensus was that there was no consensus at the end of the day. Like nobody really knew where to rate these guys by the end of it. All the mock drafts we did were just blown all the hell. You take Xavier Thomas in the 3rd, who was projected to go in the 7th. So your initial reaction is just pure rage, you know, because he was relatively unknown because nobody really did that much homework on him. So it was interesting to say the least. I found out that I didn't know shit about the draft, in which I thought I did. So,
you know, and that's funny that you say that, because that's kind of our slogan over there at the podcast, is where we think we know everything, but really we don't know shit. Because we're not in the locker rooms, we're not in those rooms. So,
no,
you know, but yeah.
What was your? Let me turn it back to you then, and you answer your own question to tell us and our viewers. What did you think of the draft, both initially and then after a couple days after you got to marinate on it?
So I think it's definitely down a similar line. I don't think I was as angry, but more perplexed and a little confused with some of those. I think the first round pick goes without saying. Like, kid wasn't supposed to be there. None of us thought he was, and it was definitely a position of need. If it wasn't, though, I think that was one that we thought in the early rounds, if not the first round, at least the second round, that position would get addressed. So to get Thielemann was awesome, no brainer. So going forward, so when you talk about the defensive line, I was one of the guys on my show I wasn't seeing it there. I wasn't seeing the defensive tackle there. And it wasn't because I was like thrilled with any of the guys that we had on our team at all, but just looking at what they did in the offseason and free agency, how much they invested, all the players they got, you know, between the Colts guy, Gillimore, Streets from Atlanta. We still had Grady that we weren't going to be able to cut. And we still had, you know, a few. It just the depth chart. I didn't see a spot there to invest early in that spot, because if you draft a kid in the second round and D tackle, the expectations right away are for him to produce early and often, compared to where we now drafted a guy in the 6th round, and if he barely plays, whatever, because he's a 6th round guy,
right,
and stuff, and he turns into something even more awesome.
You're a genius, Poles.
Well, yeah, I mean, well,
if Vanderberg pans out, he's going to look like a genius.
For sure. But I think he's batting about 50-50 right now, which is livable.
Sure.
So with the second round pick, like I said, I really wasn't thinking they were going to get a defensive tackle early. The center thing didn't surprise me as well, because of Dolman shocking retirement and stuff. Gets the best center in the draft. If he was able to recruit that 5th round pick that he traded away to get Bradbury, by trading down from 60 to 69, they picked up a 5th round pick there. So he gets that back and gets the tight end, and that's where it really started getting surprising for me at first and stuff, because you're just like, damn, he really loves his tight ends. He just drafted Loveland. You don't really think that you need another offensive asset or weapon there, but then you go to find out that he's the best blocking tight end in the draft. You have a weak spot at the tackle position. So what's the tackle's position best friend is to get a good blocking tight end that chips and helps him out a lot. So I was like, okay, like you were saying, I'm understanding it more. It makes a bit more sense. Thomas, for sure, definitely felt like that was a reach. And again, you're like offensive side of the ball, like what? Like, why aren't you on the defense is where we need the help. But you see what kind of weapon, you see his speed. And that was, again, like I said earlier, Ben Johnson was a priority, was to get speed. And you see that guy could be a good gadget player. Just another weapon that he can use. It's another one you hear on sports radio on Chicago, where I think Albert Breer where someone was talking about he was hearing from another GM that he didn't see Thomas exiting the third round. That it told him that he was going. And it wasn't the Bears GM that was saying that they were looking to get Thomas, in the third round. So the fact that Thomas may not have gone in the third round, but maybe he goes in the fourth or the fifth or something like that. He's not that seventh round guy that everyone was projecting him to be. So you understand that pick a bit more. You get a steal with Muhammad there, falling to where he goes. And now with Zal Frazier not making the cut, being an early cut, that draft pick definitely looks a lot better and makes a hell of a lot more sense as well. So the linebacker they got from Arizona State was a guy that was always in the weight room, kind of winning the awards for being a weight room warrior, and may not be the best athletic linebacker, but he's a smart one, and he's never going to be out of position from what I can tell. He's not going to be that guy that's out of position there. So. And then
he's another one of those.
He's a tackle there too.
He's a football player.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
like
yeah.
Wisconsin linebackers. Might not be the most athletic guy on the field, but these are damn good football players.
Correct. They know football. They're smart football players. So their draft, like I said, kind of left me scratching my head a little. But to be fair, I was kind of doing that with the draft with Loveland and Burden in the second round. I was kind of like scratching my head because we thought they were going to go defense and stuff.
Right.
But what the hell did we know? That all worked out. Yeah. So.
And that's kind of right. And that's where it's kind of left at for as fans. We saw the results from last year's draft as much as we were scratching our head during last year's draft. And then we saw it play out all season and we're like, oh, this is what Ben had envisioned. I get it. So when we go into this draft, even though yet again we're kind of scratching our heads, I feel confident going, they know what they're doing.
Right.
They're like way smarter than us. Okay, like let's follow their lead.
Right. If it's anything that they did last year, then forget about it.
Yeah, then we're going to be A-okay.
Right.
Because I think for once maybe the coaching staff and GM are, when they say, "Oh yeah, we're like locked at the hip," they actually are this time around instead of past combinations that we've had where we've heard that, but then the end result is like, you guys don't know what the hell you're doing, do you?
Yeah. Well, the right arm doesn't know what the left arm's doing. Yeah.
Yeah. But now it seems like they do. So
yes,
I'm going into this season still, unfortunately, not feeling great about our defensive line. Austin Booker, great. His arrow's up, and I'm happy. Montez Sweat, I'm at a plateau with him. I'm not expecting high. I just don't want to see him regress. But that interior, somebody needs to step up because I think we've seen all we're going to see from, and I hate to say this because I like Jervon Dexter a lot, but I think we've seen all we're going to see from him. The kid, unfortunately, just never had get off. He's just a big, strong kid, which is great, but you need to get off. You need to get off the ball and start penetrating that offensive line. He just
D-line does,
Yeah, the lie we told ourselves was in college coming out is like, well, he wasn't asked to do that, in college. His position.
That is right.
You know what I mean? So now, he's asked to do something different. Maybe he'll. And now we know why he wasn't asked to do that. It's because he couldn't.
Because he couldn't.
So
facts.
The ridiculous stat of the day is, I remember seeing that the average time for defensive linemen to get out of their stance was like 0.97 seconds after the ball was snapped. Like you're sitting on your front hand for a full second after the fucking ball snap. Like pick up your hand, you're going to fall forward.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of it, man. So Vandenberg hopefully will help break that mold. Yeah. We heard Grady Jarrett talking in his press conferences where he said he was dinged up all year. He knows that he owes Chicago a better year. Yeah. I hope you give him a better year. It better be a great one, because if not, man, you're hitting the bricks.
Yep.
This draft kind of tells me that they think that they're close enough to make the playoffs, maybe make a run. And if they really need to shore up this defense, they're going to clean house on that side of the ball. They'll have the money ready. They'll know by then what it's going to cost to extend Caleb, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people are speculating that the Bears didn't get in on the Myles Garrett sweepstakes, because all these teams that were looking at it, they have their quarterbacks extended. We don't know what the quarterback is going to cost, so why handcuff yourself and put your franchise in a bad situation when you don't know how much your quarterback is going to cost? It's just not that time yet for the Bears. In 2 years or next year, we'll know.
Yeah, I agree. So, plus, I don't think we could, I don't know if we could put together a package that looked as appealing as what the Rams did.
Who would you throw in? You can't throw anybody from the defense. They'd laugh at you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Booker's not at the same level as what's his name?
Verse.
Verse, yeah.
You know,
throw in Montez Sweat?
Which I don't think they're interested in an old depleting asset. You know, like
he's not Jared Verse either.
Yeah, right. Plus, it doesn't help them money wise. It doesn't help them book. You know, taking it's appealing to at least be like, yeah, give us that big money contract, and we're giving you rookie deal guys, or at least guys that aren't going to take so much from your cap. But yeah, we didn't have anybody nearly as appealing. Even the draft capital, still.
Yeah, you would probably have to look at throwing in like a Luther Burden or Colston Loveland, and you're not giving up one of those assets. I don't even know if Rome would have done it.
Yeah, they may not have. Yeah, with his foot injury coming off of that, they may be like, he hasn't done enough prior to that to really get us to really think that we're going to invest, in this kid. So yeah, I agree.
Would you guys take Dio Adengbo and a year's supply of Giordano's?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Hello?
Come on.
Just this thing out?
Oh, yeah. They hung up. They hung up on me. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man.
Now we're getting a call from the commissioner. Could you please stop offering ridiculous trades that nobody will take? Yeah, sorry.
Giordano's.
They got Italian beef pizza, for God's sakes, man.
What do you want, Portillo's? We can make Portillo's happen, too.
Yeah.
Gotta go, whoa, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you to call me?
My conspiracy theory behind this is the Bears are going to get Verse anyway. He's going to be so pissed off for being in Cleveland. He's not going to want to resign. The Bears will have a ton of cap money. They'll get him anyway.
And I don't think that this is a point anybody's talking about. So let me bring this up. The real loser of this trade was Jared Verse.
Yeah.
That poor kid's got to be pissed walking into his Browns locker room with his Browns teammates, having to say hello to his Browns head coach. I mean, I would be like, fuck this. I can't believe these motherfuckers did this to me.
He was so excited too when Stafford came back. He's like, "Yeah, Stafford's coming back. He's a piece we need to come, but win the championship. That's the guy I was hoping to come back, and we're gonna go all the way this year." And they're like, "Yeah, we are, but you're not."
Yeah.
You're right. We are.
We are. Who's we? You got a mouse in your pocket, buddy?
I think somebody in the chat said that Cleveland might be starting to turn the corner. To be determined. I mean, they do have 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks on their roster.
Yeah, who's starting there? Tug?
Captain Tug is got the inside track from what I've been hearing.
Over Pro Bowl quarterback Shedeur Sanders?
Over Shedeur.
He's got the inside pool?
Yeah. So,
as long as he stays away from those massage tables, he should be all right.
He's good. They could be building something, man. I don't know if they have the coaching staff to put it together. New coach. We'll see. Yeah. And the other factor is it's Cleveland. It's – we'll see. Deshaun will get hurt. Shedeur will have to come in.
Yeah. Dysfunctional franchise, it's just they are what they are. So
yeah, the Browns are wow. I always looked at our franchise as the dumpster fire, but We ain't got nothing on the Browns.
Yeah. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that, at least for the next few years. It seems like we're pretty stable right now, and a destination that people would actually like to go to or get traded to. So
we are a place now that people want to come play football. Now we are.
Especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I got traded to Chicago? Oh, okay, cool. Like,
right. I mean, but real quick, though, low-key, maybe one of Ryan Pace's biggest moves was drafting Mitch Trubisky. Huh? In hindsight, boys, am I right? Huh? We could have went to Sean Watson, which is who I wanted.
That's right.
Can you imagine that headache, that PR nightmare?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't get to the massage tables over here in Chicago. Like,
come on, Chicago's got the best massage tables. What are you talking about?
You're speaking from experience, my friend.
I'm from there. Yes, my friend. See, no, he would have.
Yeah, for real. It's the old Chicago dog. That's the original Chicago dog right there.
It's like a fucking candy store in Chicago. He was doing this out in Cleveland. And in Texas.
Yeah.
The difference with the Chicago tables is they ask you if you want that. It's not the other way around. You don't have to ask them or force them.
They're pushing it on you.
Yeah, they make you sign the NDA. Here, sign this before we can do the service on you, sir.
Sometimes they don't even ask. You're just laying there minding your own business. All of a sudden, hey, what are you doing down there?
Whoa.
Hey,
your
watch it now.
Getting bigger.
Called a milking session, sir. Okay. Anywho, this show's going off the rails. My bad. That's
we do this. We do this on our show too. We're right there with you.
Good. That's why
we'll quickly snap it back in. Now look, I've been watching the chat all night. Chris tonight.
Yes, stood us up.
But Learn, are you still here? Learn, I want to play this stinger before we get out of here. Commish, you're more than welcome to sign up for our brackets. You'll see the snippet. You'll be here watching it. And, we're having a bracket. It's a game show. It's NFL trivia. We're looking to fill the space right after these OTAs and before spring training, right? It's like dead for 4 weeks. And there is nothing happening. There's no trades. Players aren't even allowed at the facilities. There is nothing to talk about. So we still kind of want to maintain our spot in YouTube's algorithm and have a show. So we just figured we'd have fun and have a trivia contest game. But
do a game show.
Learn, if you're here, please look at your phone now because I'm going to play the stinger. Okay. So this is our stinger for our game show. Enjoy.
From the football capital of the Midwest, it's America's favorite test of football knowledge, featuring your hosts, Ezra and Wedge. Tonight, contestants will battle the clock, survive impossible questions, and attempt the unthinkable to prove once and for all, are you smarter than a Packers fan? And now, put your hands together for the hosts, Ezra and Wedge.
So look, are you smarter than a Packers fan? Am I right?
Easily, yes. That is correct.
So, Commish, you want to slot in the tournament here?
Sure. So when is the tournament, or how's this work as far as?
It's going to be a couple weeks. We're still kind of sorting out the details. Plus, we need more contestants.
Okay.
The first segment, or pilot, if you will, of this show is going to be between two chatters who come in all the time, Chris and Learn. They go at it relentlessly in the chat. So we were like, you guys are going to settle it in an octagon of NFL trivia once and for all. Just get it out of your system.
Right. There's a true Joker's moment. There's only one spot. Make it fast.
That's right. So yeah, but because we got more airtime to fill, like we would have, and these are going to be quick matches, man, like 10 minutes. It's going to be 10 questions apiece. you're going to answer, and the guy who got them right wins, obviously, and then moves on to the next round. But we'll be going through brackets, so this could hopefully take us maybe a couple of shows to finish.
It sounds like something I can grease up. Yeah. No, I like that for sure.
Also too, we have bashful fans who maybe don't want to join. Any of your co-creators that you work with, if you bring it up like, hey, these two nitwits at the Everything Bear Show want to do a game show, you want to hop on, they need a couple contestants, maybe hopefully they'll say yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
I will definitely bring it up to them for sure. No problem at all. So like I said, I think JB will definitely get a kick out of your show. So
all right.
So
and everybody else on that show, I mean, I've watched the whole thing until you guys shut it down.
Yeah, it has to end sometime. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, the wives pull us away at a certain point, and then the jobs too. So
yeah,
I normally have to get up at the crack of dawn, like around 4 o'clock to start my day. So
how much longer are you going to be on that fucking little show of yours?
Yes,
babe, come on, I'm taking this seriously. Would you?
Oh, I thought she asked the question.
Yeah,
it was you. All right.
She's in the room right now.
She's behind me, isn't she?
I don't know.
No,
she's really furry. Is that her behind you?
Oh, she's about to bite my head off. Shit.
She's pissed. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to feed the missus, so they get crafty.
Yes, you got to make time.
Yeah. Who are you guys taking as non-football related, but Spurs Knicks? Who do you got?
I wanted to say the Spurs. And being a Bulls fan, how can you root for the Knicks? I don't care if it was 30 years later, but never. As long as Starks is connected with that franchise, I will never be able to support New York. So I'm going Spurs. Have to.
Wow.
They do have an A team, so yeah.
I'm going Knicks. But you do make a very strong argument. I didn't put the two together. So much time has passed. I've gotten over it, Wedge.
Okay, not me. I hold
not you.
Forever.
You're taking it to the grave.
Yes.
How easily you forget.
I'm a forgiver. That's Ezra. That's what I do.
Okay.
I'm a forgiver.
I'm a Taurus. I'm stubborn. So
you are stubborn.
Yeah. I don't forget. You did me wrong. Yeah. I hear you. I'm a Scorpio, so since we're all
okay. Yeah. Pisces over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Scorpios. Yes, Scorpio can hold grudges too, actually.
Yeah. I have my issues I'm working on, but yeah.
That's fine. Look, at any time you want to chat, Commish, you just DM me and I'll be here for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I'm offering out to you guys as well.
So Tuesday nights,
8 Central. You guys are still in Chicago, or did you move out? Like, where are you guys located at?
We got the hell out of Dodge, man. Mm-hmm. We got the hell out of there.
I'm behind enemy lines up in Wisconsin, so still in the Chicago time zone.
Okay, so you're still near home, home base in the sense. So,
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're East Coast. Yeah, that's right. You're saying East Coast. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. But 8 Central is when we do our show. So that's 9 for you. About the same time, it looks like that we went. So
okay.
Hit me up or let me know. You got my email and we're chatting on Messenger and stuff like that. So definitely let me know if either one of you are free or both of you are free. Love to have you on for as long as you can talk. So
yeah, as long as the guys will have my big fat mouth on their show.
No, but yeah, absolutely. We definitely love the back and forth as you saw. You know what I mean? It's a very lively show. They Foulmouth has definitely his opinions, and he's not afraid to let loose. And I have to say, JB. Just to warn you guys, if you're going to check out our show, JB is probably the more skeptical one there, the one that's more very cautiously optimistic with Caleb as well.
Oh, okay.
So he's not fully bought into that. He
needs to see more. Okay.
Yes, he needs to see more still. He doesn't
So
like the consistency, how the completion rate is bad and whatnot. So, which is all understandable.
The pain is deep with him.
Oh, yeah.
Pain, it runs deep. Like, he's probably my age, I'm going to guess. I don't know how old all the guys are, but I know what it is. It's PTSD. It's a deep trauma from being a Bears fan. And again, you care so damn much and you just get let down over. And you heard all the stories. You heard it. Mitch Trubisky was going to always shit. Oh, Justin Fields, holy shit. And you just
was his guy. That was his guy. He feels that's part of the other thing that worried, that he feels that Justin got done dirty with Chicago, and he very well could have, but that's neither here nor there. Like that,
we're past that, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. Like it wasn't even our fucking choice. You know what I mean?
No.
So I could understand it too, because Fields and DJ click so freaking well together.
Yeah,
the first year. So you're like, I gotta see one more year of them together. For them to build on that
and build around him too, right? Because I was in that camp when the great quarterback civil war of the Chicago Bears was happening. I was a keep Justin guy. That's what side of the fence I was on. I said, let's build around him. We got all this draft capital. It's crazy. Let's build around Justin. Nope. Get rid of Justin. Here comes Caleb. And I seen bits and pieces of Caleb in college, but I didn't really dig in because I didn't think we needed a quarterback. I thought we were going to keep Justin. So then I started digging in with Caleb, and I had my reservations as well, saying, is this kid's game going to translate to the NFL? It doesn't look like it.
Right.
From what I've seen in the past, it just doesn't look like it's going to translate. Well, it did.
Quite well, yeah.
And JB, the hero moments is where it's like, that's great and awesome, but I he's like, we can't depend on that.
It's not sustainable
all next season and stuff. Which is like, I think I get a lot of what he's saying, because a lot of it is true. You can't depend on that all season. You can't expect that to do that again this season and have the same result. That's you're freaking crazy,
right?
You know. So and he likes Ben Johnson, but how you were talking about being burned in the past, there's still a fresh wound in the Matt Gaggy stuff. Where he's like, I've seen this before, to where this coach is hot and heavy, hits the ground running, and we're thinking we automatically assume that year two is going to just build upon that.
Right.
And then it went stale. It stagnated, and then it regressed. We went in reverse.
Yeah, bad.
So,
I mean, it regressed bad.
Right. So he's and he's like, when we pin him to it, is like, do you really feel that? Are you getting Matt Nagy vibes out of Ben Johnson? Are you really? Is that kind of? And he's like, no, I'm not. But I just don't want to give him.
Right.
I just don't want to give him his flowers before they really both deserved it. Like
he's just recognizing patterns. He's seeing the patterns. Yeah, you compare Ben Johnson and Matt Nagy, you can't. They're two different animals. I mean, one dude's a pussycat shoe salesman, and the other dude's a bona fide psychopath who eats, sleeps, and shits football. And however, though, I empathize, though, I do, because of the patterns. No, I know. We crown everybody who's the new flavor in town. We do this every fucking time, and I'm not going to get hurt no more. I'm going to put up a wall. I'm right there with him. I get it, because it took me a long time, too, to come around. But me personally, I've seen enough, because what we got out of Ben and Caleb last season, what I saw a lot was, okay, I'm going to push back a little bit here. 3 or 4 of those comeback from behind wins, you could say, hey, we don't want to do that all the time. But at some point, the scales for me tipped where it was like, wait a minute, this is an accident. This is actually Caleb willing us to a fucking victory. And as much as you don't want to see that happen, because like you said, now you're playing the odds games, and chances are you ain't going to come out on top like you did like all the time. But what if, though? I mean, Patrick Mahomes, we can't have little Patrick Mahomes on our hands where you ain't out of any game no matter what because he's going to will you to a win. I think Caleb might be that dude. I think he might. Like, I don't know yet, right? Because we're just going year 2 into Caleb. But you know what? I'm a glutton for punishment, so fuck it. I'll get my heart broke again. JB, not so much. He's going to put up his guard and not put him down, and I respect it.
Yeah. JB is like one of those where like, I already have one baby daddy. I ain't trying to have 2 baby daddies. You know what I mean? I want to get married now. You know, I'm looking.
I want to settle down now.
Right. I'm looking to put a ring on it now. I'm gonna learn from my mistakes. I ain't gonna be a single mom with 2 baby daddies. 2 kids. Yeah. No, I ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna be me.
What's the old cliche? Fools rush in.
Right. I need to make sure this man is stable now. Before I can fully commit.
He's got a good job.
Right. I need to see his
benefits.
I need to. Does he have both his parents? Are they both still married? And like I said, I get it. A lot of what JB to me makes sense. The guys on the panel are kind of like, JB, don't worry about it. It's okay. The water's warm. Caleb is gonna develop. It's not going to be like Mitch Trubisky 2.0. It's not.
It ain't.
So, and I have that confidence as well. I feel that as well. Caleb, the Caleb Ben Johnson pairing, that connection, that chemistry between them, we've never had. This has never had that before.
And it's real. This isn't fool's gold. It's real. That Matt Nagy shit, he went 14-3 that first season. And you know how they did it? Because of Vic Fangio's defense. Mm-hmm. That offense never looked good. I don't give a shit what people want to say. That offense looked like shit that whole season. It was Vic Fangio's defense that got the Bears to where they were that season. Caleb, wow, Jesus. Mitch had that one stellar drive against Tampa. The 6 games.
Game against Tampa. Yeah, that 6 TV game.
Yeah, that coach got fired the next day. I was saying the one time Mitch was clutch was in that playoff game against the Eagles.
Okay.
Because he did. Out of nowhere, we've seen Mitch for 3 years, and out of nowhere, this kid marched us down the field for Parkey to hit the double doink.
Yeah.
That was the best football I ever seen from Mitch in 3 years. Was on that one drive. But yeah, that wasn't, but it was fool's gold because Matt Nagy was coach of the year and bop. And yeah, you're a shoe salesman and you had no business being a head coach or an offensive coordinator, which keep an eye on the New York Giants this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Put your money on Matt Nagy being fired from calling plays by week 9.
Not retained. He wasn't fired. They just didn't renew his contract. So we chose not to keep him. So
not
that expired.
Yeah, not with us, with New York.
Right. Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Harbaugh's going to pull his card by week 9 of this season coming up. He's going to be like, "You're done calling plays. You're done."
The thing with Nagy too that was so frustrating or infuriating with him was after the first season, you're like, okay, cool. You're so naive enough to think that the teams are not going to see your playbook, study your offense, and learn how to stop it. And then, because he thought he could run the same fucking plays, because we saw him trying to run the same plays again the following season, and it wasn't working quite as well because everyone, they're in this formation, they're doing this lineup. Yep, this is the play, and we're stuffing it. And then it got so goddamn embarrassing that they started studying his offensive playbook and was running it against him and was running his offensive plays against the Bears defense better. They're ripping off runs and doing shit like, hey, this is how you're supposed to run it.
Yeah, that's how you coach it, and geez Louise.
Right. That's where I was just like, Jesus Christ, fire him already, because his offense is not evolving. It's regressing. And now the teams are making a mockery of us because they're running his plays against us and running it for success. Yeah. So I was like,
yeah,
Matt Gay.
And then he lost the locker room, and then boom, that was it. Madden Super Deluxe Edition just dropped in the Discord.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
snap.
the one where Caleb's going like this. He's doing his Iceman thing with the snow coming behind him.
Ooh. What's it, pre-order? Is it the pre-order available? Is that what you're
like
saying?
the pre-order or it's a deluxe. Maybe you come with like a bigger like.
The deluxe edition is.
Yeah, you get
Ben
like
Johnson ripping off the tarp.
He's doing a thing here. Let me go into Discord and show the chat. Big Mike's doing Photoshop work. This is the super mega deluxe edition. You saw it here first on Everything Bears Show.
Hey, go ahead. Can you send me the Discord info so I can go ahead and join that with you guys as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I could send it to you. I was going to say the link is in the description. I always put it.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and do that then. But guys, I hate to do this. I do have to drop out. My dogs do need to go to the bathroom. They're kind of starting to whine here, so I got little dogs I got to take out. And stuff.
Yeah, we're in overtime as it is, so it's cool.
Yeah,
that's the deluxe edition. Yeah,
super mega deluxe.
Yeah,
fuck those guys.
I love that. Those guys, yeah, free hot dogs for everyone. The Wiener Schnitzel or the Wiener Circle. Here we come.
Wiener Circle, hell yeah. Well, okay, Commish, thank you so much for coming in tonight, man. We'll be in touch, and
absolutely,
yeah. Tuesday nights, you guys go. Like you said, 8 Central.
Yes. Chicago Clubhouse Network, 8 Central on YouTube and Facebook. You can also find us on TikTok as well. But to check out our show. Monday night Bears Talk Tuesday nights. So thank you for your time, guys. I really appreciate it. It was a blast, and I'd love to come back and do this again. I had a fun.
Nice, man.
Thanks for joining us, Commish.
Absolutely. Be safe, guys, out there. Take it easy.
All right. Peace. Woo. Wow.
Yeah.
Overtime, like way overtime.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right, guys. Thanks for sticking with us, man. I know we didn't get to all your comments tonight, but with the guests rolling, I appreciate you guys keeping the chat rolling on the side, man. Thank you for sticking with us for the whole night. It was nice to have somebody new on, get some new perspectives as well, and be able to chop it up, man. So, yeah, thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That we covered everything. Mm-hmm. Wedge gave the salutations. You guys, it's late. Have a good night. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.